Okay. Who's all in? Gary? I'm still waiting for monies, Gary. Still waiting for monies to buy more. Still waiting for monies, Gary. I blame Tesh for this. I blame Tesh. That's Ayo Tesh. Hey Gary, hello. Hey yo, Kota. T Robot, James. Hello guys. Hello. Where's Jay? Jay's sleeping. He took a nap. Let me mute my Discord. Otherwise, mute Discord. Do. What are you guys up to tonight? What are you doing? What's everybody up to? Having dinner, getting ready for bed. What are you guys doing? Do. Let's go. I like how you guys all had the same answer, you know? Some laundromat? Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. You're chilling in bed, Tesh? What's Marianne doing? Marianne is scrolling on TikTok, isn't she? Anyways, good evening, everybody. Hello, hello. Looks like we had a sell-off from when we talked about BTC last. Because Bitcoin was at 44, Doge was at 41, and here we are with a sell-off. With a sell-off. That's okay though. Very typical for like when we break brand new all-time highs. I at some point I want to zoom out though, because now that we've broken above those previous highs, I want to see what the new range is. Is it going to be 92 to 94 now, or is it just going to be all the way back to 90,000? She's cooking. She's watching a cooking program. Oh, okay. Marianne, hi. Laundry. Yeah, the problem with these crypto streams is like if stuff isn't cooking, we just end up sitting here and just chatting about other things. Might see a retest of 70K. I'd be really surprised if we saw that, but I would be surprised. I saw a headline when I came on. Yeah, 91 to 94, Gary. Exactly. So, brand new range, right? From the top to the low 90s. Either or, low 90s, but you know what I mean. So, staying above 90K is a huge plus. I saw this headline before I came on. Something about Microsoft meeting with Microsoft to talk to them about investment opportunities, which will be interesting. So the stocks of Bitcoin, the US doing Bitcoin reserves, big firms investing, Microsoft raising all these monies to put back into Bitcoin. There's a lot of monies. Hello from India, Jai. Hello, hello. Bake Off. That sounds like a good show, actually. Sounds like a good show. Uh, can I cancel it and buy it again? As long as Bill. Just this community. It's up. Okay, perfect. Dina. Let's go. Let's go. Rob, the party is getting started, guys. Rob is in the chat. Josh is getting some coffee. We have the crypto crew, the crypto crew. Let's go, Rob. Oh, you're muted, by the way. You're muted, and we can't hear you yet. So, hello, KB. Good to see you. Absolutely. Let's see if we can get a brand new high tonight. That would be fun. That would be a lot of fun. So yeah, yeah. I every so often I like going through like social media, not really social media, just Google, right, and reading some of these headlines from and so I wanted to open this one, but I didn't want to do it without you guys. So Kathy Woods has been talking about some extreme like price targets for Bitcoin.
About
It's nothing new.
there you
Like
go.
Michael Saylor's talked about these price targets, blah blah blah. So I just wanted to see what this would say. This is from Benzinga, by the way. Benzinga and then on Yao Finance. So $100. How much $100 in Bitcoin could be worth in 2030 if Kathy Wood's price target is reached, right? I know she. What's the price target, Rob? Something ridiculous, but
In the millions.
yeah, exactly. So let's. I want to see what the number is because I'm genuinely interested. So her price target, including over the years, $3.8 million for BTC by 2030, right? So increase over time if Kathy Woods, blah 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 blah. Some of these articles too, like they just give you too much rubbish.
$100.
uh, yeah. So 2030, la la la. I just want to skip all of it. $89,000, 92 now. Bear case is 250. So $100. So they're saying that $100 in Bitcoin in 2030, if that $3.8 million price target is reached, $258,000, right? Base case $600,000. Are these wow? Isn't that crazy? $1.5 million. Isn't that
I'll take
crazy?
it. I believe her.
You do?
I'll take it.
Rob, Rob is like, you know what? I don't believe it, but just get
Whatever.
there. I think honestly, Rob, I think that's like that's everybody's hopes and dreams, right? See what I mean? Gary's like sounds good. Sounds like a good investment. Like it really does. Like $100, why not? Like
I
we're gonna
mean,
win.
let's be honest.
Yeah,
Let's be honest. We said we were ones. I think I said it, or you might have said it. A
yeah,
100,000 was hard to believe,
yeah,
and we're almost
yep,
there.
yep,
And
yep,
we didn't think. We thought 100,000 was going to be kind of hard. We were like, well, let us get to 50 first, and
yep. but
it's
but
already there.
yeah, exactly. Because I don't know, for the most part, like we're usually sensible, like or overly realistic. Just because we
The
do
thing
that in
is
the
that
market all day.
the thing is that if I were to get technical like Josh does, it would be the deflationary aspect of it. The deflationary aspect of it
Yeah,
when you can't make any more Bitcoin, when everybody's in it. It's gonna be so rare. It's gonna be you got to hold on to what you have, because if you don't, you're done. Kind of like so it's gonna that it could be it could very well go up pretty high, but
yeah,
we just don't know.
yep, exactly.
The macroeconomic environment, if for some reason countries start trading in Bitcoin, and I don't know, buying, doing things differently, everything could, a lot of things can happen.
Yep. So and then the bullish case is $3.8 million. So $100 today would be worth. Oh, okay. So these are just the actual price targets for 30 years, right? So her base case or just bear case in 30 years. So yeah, these are the actual numbers. So
I
hundred
was gonna say,
dollars would be worth $289.
mhm.
Oh, yeah, my mistake. Yeah. So that's her price target. Bear case, base case, so 2030, and then bull case $1.48 million, and then bullish case is $3.8 million. So your $100 in 2030 would be worth $4,000. That seems like a pretty good investment,
Mhm.
Pretty good investment. This is going to return more than the S&P compounding, Microsoft, Nvidia, everything. A wise man,
It's the best performing asset anyway right now.
yeah, yup, very very nice.
And Wall Street and all these big guys had to eat their crap they were talking.
Yeah. When it's scarce, it just makes sense, Gary. Yeah. And honestly, even if it doesn't make sense, I think we're getting to the point where, like Rob mentioned, right? People are finally coming around to understanding, with especially since 2020, with inflation and everything else that's gone on with the dollar, and the way that the economy is. I think a lot of people are coming around to say, you know what? Even if I don't believe in Bitcoin or crypto, let me put some monies in here. Let's see what happens. Let me just in case. And I think it would suck, honestly. Can you imagine in 2030 we're sitting here now? Can you imagine in 2030 and Bitcoin is at 1.48 million dollars, and you have no monies in it? Can you imagine the sucking? you know? Like
We were
Raymond
talking
is
about this. We were talking about this years ago. Oh my God.
Gary is on the beach, Rob is on the beach, everybody Raymond is on the beach, Low Roller's on the beach, Tesh has 2 bitcoins on the beach, and I'm like, damn, I have nothing in there. I'm gonna fight somebody. I'm gonna fight somebody, Unbelievable. So that's again, that's the bear case, right? If you want to think about positive things, there's so much, there's so many positive things you can say about crypto and Bitcoin. But if nothing else, some monies would be good, So uh yeah, thinking of 20x, Raymond, monies. Yeah, Doge is kind of selling off now, but early today, that thing was very nice. Doge is like a perfect scalping coin, you know.
It is.
Noir has been doing a really good job. He hasn't been posting in the crypto channel, but he's done a really good job
Believe
scalping
it or
Doge.
not, believe it or not, it would be good to always short it at highs.
Right after resistance.
Because that thing just taps the high and boom, and it drops hard.
uh, Doge is funny. Yeah, from 42 cents all the way back down to, what is it, 38? Yeah, and now it's trying to come back. But yeah, just exactly, that's what I mean, right, Gary? Like, just put a little in and hold if you're not convinced. Exactly, right? Because I mean, if you're seeing everybody like Bitcoin and these huge investment firms creating ETFs, and people with a lot of money backing this, then okay, cool. Let's put some monies in there, and then do some research. And if you like it more, and then put some more monies in there, which again is what you've done, over the years, Gary. Um, yeah, Gary, we're gonna, in 5 years, Rob, we're gonna be doing research, and we're gonna find out that Gary has one of these big whale accounts. Whale accounts. 36. Yeah, Tash. Yeah. There you go, Raymond. There you go. XRP did really well for you, Raymond, right? Gary is the whale. You notice how he's just smiling in the chat, James? Yeah, that's because he's the whale. But yeah, so that's interesting. Uh, oh yeah, this is another one. Can you imagine? Can you imagine losing like your crypto, and now it's worth $500 million? You're like, you know what? I'm worth $500 million, but I don't know where my Bitcoin is though. It's somewhere in the trash. I like how they have a picture. He's suing the council, so he's suing like Newport City Council for not helping him dig and find the drive. Now worth over $500 million following yeah. He's 39 years old, retrieving the hard drive containing his lost. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, he went on vacation, celebrated his birthday, lost the monies at the casino, came back, and Bitcoin was at brand new highs, guys. Josh the goats. Yo,
Yep.
Josh.
I'll
It's
trade
the
that for
universe balancing itself. See,
Yeah.
You with your wife, right? Her birthday.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. You had a good time, Josh. She had a good time. More importantly.
Oh, definitely. Yeah,
Okay.
we went way up, and we were crushing this card table,
Yeah.
and playing Texas Hold'em. Rachel had never played that game before,
Mhm.
and at one point they brought in a ringer, and she just absolutely wiped us out. I mean, it was a blast. You know, we don't
Yeah.
go in there to, we don't really go in
No,
to make money.
that's good.
So it was a lot of fun.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters. You see Bitcoin hit brand new highs. Not that you're really surprised. You're waiting for 100K by the holiday.
Yeah.
So none of this is surprising.
Nope.
Hello,
No, it
Benny.
looks good to me.
Yeah.
So we did something really cool today, Blaze.
What happened?
I know you were busy probably with everything else, but we were looking at the chart, the liquidity, the Bitcoin heat map, the liquidity heat map.
Yeah.
See where where people have to, where there's liquidate, where people have to liquidate
Yeah.
like leverage,
Hmm.
and we saw that around 94, I think it was like
94.
the last what right it was, Josh. I think it was the last area where and it actually it tapped that area and it just fell, kind of like sold off a bit. So
Yeah.
now I guess it just has to get back up there and break out.
Yep.
But it was really cool to see it in the heat map though.
Yeah. That side is very cool.
Hmm.
Very cool. Gary, it's been 41 months. Let's go. We know what's crazy is in 41 months,
Wow.
Gary has one stock position and a whole bunch of crypto.
Yeah.
So Gary's only holding Tesla as a stock, and everything else is Bitcoin and crypto, which is amazing. So it's nice to see people, like have that conviction, do the research, and just stay with their investments.
Hmm.
Just believe and be rewarded. More importantly, so that's really nice. Yeah,
Gary's one of the first ones, right, to be with you, or the longest, one of the
yeah,
longest to be with you.
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Yeah. No, Gary's been here a long, long time.
He was.
Josh, you were muted. Um,
I was.
yeah, because I saw you talking, but I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, conviction, man.
Oh, yeah,
Pays off.
exactly. Yep. Amazing, Gary. So congratulations. Gary says he just wants to see everybody have the opportunity to retire early and enjoy, financial freedom. So, yeah. Wait, what happened? So luckiest $16 to 3 million in 2 weeks on a meme coin.
Holy cow.
Oh, peanut.
Oh, Peanut, don't talk to me about
Oh my goodness, Josh. This could have been Rob, but he was too busy.
It absolutely could have been.
It could have been you.
Guess what's behind this.
It
You
looks like,
number one.
yeah. This could have been you. Yeah, yeah, peanut. Yep, yep. It is what it is. It is what it is. Let's see what's
Dude,
happening.
he didn't have to, James. I was telling everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yep. 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 At $6 Superman. Yeah. Again. Josh was spamming this. Lorenda was spamming this. James, you're missing out. You're missing out on all of these things.
Something that you have to do is you might have to tell the channel, put in the channel to notify you when when somebody writes something in the crypto channel, because I was like, why I keep missing these messages? Like I kept saying I kept missing your messages, and sometimes Lorenda's and that other person, and I'm like, why I keep missing these things, Jesus, and it was because I didn't have the crypto channel somehow like alerting me when So now I have it like
Mhm.
when every time you guys talk, I'll see the message.
Oh, okay.
So I was
When I
missing
use the
every time I saw
search
like
Mhm.
in chat,
the
you can
what?
use the search to like isolate it to one particular user's comments.
No, but I want to see the comment when it comes in, right?
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes you guys call it out, And then I see it like 3 days later, and you're like, "Oh, this worked out great. Look where it at." I'm like, "Really? Like, Jesus, I missed it again." And I'm like,
What
"Why am I
is?
doing this?"
Yeah.
Huh?
No. Bulldog. Bulldog. Hey, Bulldog. How are you? Good to see you. Yeah. What is this? It looks like it dropped a few zeros. Bulldog. 1-0.
Oh, DGen?
Uh.
Yeah,
Uh.
DGen's done really well.
uh
Dogen.
Doge N.
Oh,
Doge. I've never
I
heard.
think
Yeah.
you're in
This
the wrong one then, Blaze. No,
maybe.
yeah, that's DGen, dude.
you have Degen.
Oh yeah.
Check your
It's.
eyes there, bud.
I know,
And
right?
you're the young guy.
I know, right?
You need elderberry in your life.
I know. It doesn't look like TradingView has it, so it might be one of those coin market cap ones. Bulldog. Huh. Degen. I
I don't know, Aiden. I mean, Pepe's a meme coin,
yeah.
and kind of the consensus among most of us is that meme coins have unlimited potential because they're entirely community driven. So it's like whatever the community determines is the bottom value is the bottom value, and at the point where they decide that it's overvalued, they sell. It's so impossible to even begin to predict movement in memes. You just don't know.
Oh,
Mhm.
it's a pizza. It's in a pizza.
Oh yeah. Okay. Bulldog. Yeah. It says not priced yet, so yeah, pre-sale. Huh. Interesting. What's this one? On Solana network. It doesn't quite give the um gains in the la 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 la. Yeah, so it doesn't quite seem like it does. It seems like it's another meme one, right? So Doge N, huh? Interesting.
Sounds like the Gucci of Doge. Read
It
the
does.
rest of it. Did you read the rest of the description?
Something about like luxury
Yeah,
watches
exactly.
and
Luxury
stunning
watches
women,
and stuff. Yeah,
fine
fine cigars.
cigars,
I like
flashy
all that
cars.
stuff.
I read that and I was like, huh, interesting. That doesn't seem like it has utility, but it just
It's
has
gonna
the
be
vibes.
it's gonna be a bunch of $10 positions.
Yeah. Huh. A few months busy building supercars at the moment. Okay, sounds good, Bulldog. Sounds good. Did you, Josh? I don't know. I don't think you saw this yet, but you might have been listening before you came on. Um, Kathy Wood's 2030 $1.48 million price prediction.
You know?
Was it 1.4? Was it 3 million? 3.8 million. So
Well,
this
Yeah,
article,
bullish case. Yeah, sure.
yeah,
have you heard?
exactly, yeah,
Have you heard? You know that PBD interviewed
It was awesome. Michael Saylor. Yeah, it was
Michael
amazing.
Saylor, and his price predictions are even higher.
Yeah, 13 million. Yeah, by I think that's by 2050 though.
2050.
Yeah, I'm guessing when it's already totally, this is it's a deflationary asset, so that's good.
Yeah,
It's not at some point there's not going to be any more, and that thing is going to be
yeah,
difficult.
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
it's not a deflationary asset.
Well, that's true. Yeah, it's not deflationary.
It's
You're right.
just limited in its cap of supply.
Yeah.
But I mean, either way, it's funny. People talk about when Bitcoin hit 100 billion, people were talking about, it's never going to hit 100 billion. And it was the same thing they said about $1 billion. And then they said it would never hit 500 billion. And then it hit 500 billion. And then, they said it would never top the market cap of silver. And then it topped the market cap of silver, and now they're talking about it.
We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah. And then now they're talking about it'll never top the price of gold and or the market cap of gold. And I'm telling you right now, like the market cap of gold, I think is somewhere around, is it 30 trillion? And the idea that we can't make that mark is kind of absurd to me. Really is just a matter of continued adoption.
Yep.
And if you're paying any attention whatsoever to the news around the world with regard to Bitcoin holdings and Bitcoin investment, then as well as I do that this isn't just private citizens and companies that are buying into this. These are sovereign states that are doing it as well.
Yeah.
And much like anything, it starts off slowly, then all at once. And like I've been saying for the last several years, and Michael Saylor's been saying it even longer than me. This is a very unique asset class, and we are very uniquely positioned at the earliest stages of adoption of this technology to be able to do some really extraordinary investing over the long term. And this is why my strategy really has just genuinely been DCA, guys. That's all you can do. DCA and just hold on. Enjoy the ride.
Yep.
Don't try to get too cute with this market. You'll get caught backwards in your trades, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
I agree. $4.6 billion.
Yep.
So a lot of monies.
Yeah, and their average cost for their Bitcoin holdings is still, I think, still under 40,000.
Yeah.
Actually, well, this may have pushed it a little above 40,000.
Yeah, this I think this says November 18, maybe 51.
Well, that was yesterday.
And yeah, November
Well, no, that's just the number of Bitcoin. I don't know what their average cost is. It was like 38,000.
Oh, okay.
For their total cost basis for their position.
Yeah.
But that's substantial.
It really is.
Freaking substantial, you guys. And then consider this. So the average price of that is 88,627. We are currently at 92,180.
Yep.
So
$4.6 billion at 88.
So you have to understand, man, you're talking about 51,780 times, $3,500. Pretty substantial 24-hour gains. You know what I mean?
Yep. Absolutely. Crazy monies.
Oh, and Bulldog, I still think that's such a low end case and likely to be achieved. If adoption continues on an enterprise level, that's likely to be achieved by the end of next year.
Yep. I think these iBid options came live today.
They
right?
did.
They did? Okay.
I knew it. Because the way that the price action was moving on iBit today, I
posted an article about it.
Oh,
I
you
did
did?
not see it. I was so busy. I did not see it. I had a feeling. I said, I think the options are open because it would spike up like this all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Go to like 53, 54, and then all of a sudden, once Bitcoin started dropping, it would drop.
Yeah.
But nasty. It was like really big drops and really. I was like, wow, this is really volatile. I've never seen it do that before. I said it has to be the options market is on. It's up already.
Yeah, I posted it at 11:42 for you, buddy.
Look at that. You see that? So yeah.
I didn't tag you though, so it's not your fault. I'll tag you from now on when that stuff comes out.
So it might be time to do some covered calls on iBid.
I mean, dude, I would be very, very careful. I'd wait until we get closer to that 100,000 mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Because one of two things is going to happen when we hit 100,000. We're either going to break clean out of it and we're just going to go for it, or it's definitely going to sell from that point.
Yeah.
So, dude, if you're selling covered calls, right around that peak of 101, 102,000, where our cap resistance is right now is flagged to.
Yeah.
You could really make a killing on those.
Yeah. Yep. Or lose your iBid shares. I would be so pissed. I would be so annoyed more than the money I could make.
Well, even Mark doesn't trade with his whole position.
Yeah, exactly. And
Mark's a genius with that stuff, man.
Yeah.
You want to know how to roll up a covered call, a set of covered calls, call that guy.
Yep. What's that site again? Kalshi? Bulldog? I think it's Kalshi. What are the odds of Bitcoin hitting $100,000 by before Jan? Before December. So it looks like the odds of, honestly, was so close to that number that this number should be a lot bigger.
Well, I will say that the ETF options volume today was very, very strong.
Mm-hmm.
So it bodes really well for the market. It was very call heavy. So, lots of people with a ton of optimism about where the market is going.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump is making, selections to put people in place, to create a crypto friendly environment and get proper crypto regulation actually structured and passed. So lots of optimism, and people may not realize this, but the regulatory structure that they set up around crypto environment here in the United States is
Mm-hmm.
going to have an unbelievable impact globally, because potentially, if we regulate this conservatively, and we're not going balls to the wall to try to keep crypto innovation stifled, then potentially we create the roadmap to allow all of crypto innovation to want to be centralized in a place like the US, like it is in UAE and Dubai and Singapore. And to set yourself up in a position among those top three right now is going to be crucial moving forward, certainly because, again, like I said earlier, we are still very, very early.
Yep. I agree.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Ray, I got to tell you, man, so many people look at me like the crazy, internet money guy. And it does make for some entertaining holidays, to be sure.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't have to necessarily convince my entire family. My brother and I sort of dove into it together. So I had a partner in crime that kind of moved things in the right direction. But I have a couple of nieces who got caught on the backside of the last bull run, and they're sworn away from crypto forever.
Oh, wow.
Just kind of sitting on the sidelines. So this holiday is going to be a lot of fun, man. After we went through the entire bear market as a family buying this stuff, you know what I mean? So, and these two are going to be sitting on the sidelines like, oh, just
They're
fake
gonna be
internet.
pissed.
It's all going to zero.
Yep.
Raymond's been saying that Crow is moving. It is. It popped off hard now.
Bro.
It's almost at 20.
Dude, this is pop culture money. And we live in a pop culture world now. So you're just gonna have to either adapt, or you go ahead and just hold on to those melting ice cubes.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, let me go turn off my heater. It's gonna
Okay.
make a racket.
Okay, sounds good. Between the 11th and the 17th, funded through proceeds from so the offering they did $4.6 million. So 331,000. Okay, so this is average cost of 14. So yeah, Josh mentioned just below 50. So
there you go.
that's their
There you go.
that's their average.
So it did
cost.
move it up quite a bit.
Yeah.
That's a pretty substantial increase.
Yep. I mean, if you think about it though, like anybody that's questioning, that's a pretty high average, and that's a lot of money. So they're yeah. Yep. Lots of monies.
I mean, they're
Let's see.
almost double their money.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep. Yeah,
think
someone
it's
mentioned MSTR is the only stock that will do an offering and go up. Every other stock would go to the abyss.
Well, it was cool because this one actually kind of snuck in from the background. Nobody knew that it had even occurred.
Yeah.
And all of the buying was already done when it was announced. So it was like, can I get in on whatever that was that happened before you told anyone? Damn it, Michael Saylor.
Yep. Very impressive.
I want a chunk of that 4%. I know it's, or actually, I think it's 1.2% he's borrowing this money at.
Okay. Wow. Very, very impressive. Then let me see what the charts look like. So the that last range we've been going back and forth. in was between, I mean, we could honestly go all the way to 85, because I think 85 was that level that we initially bounced at. But really over the last few days, it's been, like 88 to 89, and then it's been slowly creeping up, right? Like you can just see the thing trending up from the bottom, right? Like just a complete
Right.
trend up, which is beautiful. It almost looked like it created a wedge, right? Like it created a nice little uptrend there, and then you had that resistance at 92, and then it just destroyed that level earlier today, and then hit brand new highs, which is really nice. So now the question, I wonder if we just go back and forth, right? We stay above like that 92 ish, maybe to, like Gary mentioned earlier, 91, and then just play back and forth between that range to 94, and then break out again, which is what it kind of looks like it's doing here. So it'll be interesting to see how these, 4-hour candles, daily candles form, and see if we can stay above this previous little resistance level for BTC.
Well,
Really,
short
really.
interest has basically been eliminated up to 20 or 93 and a half.
Okay.
I put the link there, Blaze, if you want in the private chat to what.
Liquidation, yeah.
Yeah, what Josh looked for.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, I mean, if we can get through this one significant, I mean, it's 150 plus million now. If we can get, 151.4 million. If we can just clear above that and push towards 95, it'll force the liquidation of these shorts that have been building up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you see what we're talking about there?
Yeah.
No, of course not, because it's not even up yet.
Yeah. No, it is.
Oh, wait, that's YouTube. There we go.
Yeah.
So you see,
Yeah,
it
you see
was taken out till 90. Now we got that 94. So he was saying all the way up to almost 95.
Yeah.
Yeah. See how much has been eliminated from that space there now, Rob?
Yep.
Like it's just chewing away at these, which means to me that there are a whole bunch of people that were holding these positions at 94, expecting a much larger sell-off, and are now liquidating those positions on their own in profit. So that's really clearing the sky up top. But the big concern is if you mouse over that yellow bar there, Blaze.
Yeah.
See what it does for you?
Yeah.
So now you've got your liquidation leverage there with the price that has to be crossed before liquidations begin. So this is what we're facing as our resistance currently. And we actually, throughout the day, as I was watching this map, I noticed them slowly but strategically building this one position in the short. Even as it had crossed that price, they were still building up in this position. So it was almost inevitable that there was going to be some degree of a sell-off, so that we could get back to, maybe retesting the breakout level, which is what we're doing, or maybe even a little bit farther. But this has been just the most phenomenal tool, man.
This is very cool.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me refresh mine. I think there was.
I wonder if the I wonder if these accounts that actually do short, I wonder if they're just looking for, really quick gains and getting out of there. Because I mean, honestly, why would you even do that? Like, what's the point when it's still bullish?
It depends on their degree of leverage.
Yeah.
Some of these people you can build, because you can build a 3x leverage position and sit on it for a long time. And it doesn't become extremely profitable until you get into the real low bands, right? So that is a lot of it. This is a lot of retail, but when you get into something like what you're seeing there at 93.3, this is more on an institutional or an enterprise level of a short. In that this is heavy leverage, and they've got a lot of financial flexibility up and down to kind of maneuver throughout that short before they actually have to hit, the close button to close those positions.
So if you refresh it,
that's why I was saying earlier, it's important we get these explosive moves rather than these slow, arduous moves.
Okay.
Yeah, it's because it's like it's a squeeze that it creates a squeeze. They have to
Yeah, 100%, Rob.
Yeah. If you refresh it, Blaze, there's something they added something around 93 to 46. You see that? See that little line there that came out to the right?
Yeah. To the right On the right side, Blaze.
All the way to the right.
All
Now,
by itself. All by itself in the middle there. Yep.
that was just added there.
Okay.
25 million in leverage.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's a large position, man.
Yeah.
That's, you know what I mean? That's a lot of resistance, and that's added to the position that's on the left. The left, the only reason that position on the left is on the way that it is listed now is because that position has been there since before that line was crossed.
Okay.
Right. So that will remain until those positions physically close out, and then you'll see those bars start to disappear and clear out.
Okay. Well, cook them, please. Cook them.
Oh, I mean, a genuine squeeze, brother. Well, we saw what happened. You know, we went from 88 to 94, basically.
Yep.
So, you know, that's the squeeze, you guys. That's what happens when we break through that resistance and we get that couple of $1,000 extension. It just freaks them out.
Yep.
You know, because they are on big leverage.
Crazy people. Gary, you think it's Binance? Binance. Very interesting.
I think it goes a lot deeper than just Binance.
Criminals.
I want access to BlackRock's wallets. Well, not access to, but transparency into.
You think they're doing something fishy?
Oh, I know they are.
Okay.
I'm not stupid, man. And if I were Larry Fink, I'd be trading the damn BlackRock or the Bitcoin as long as it wasn't transparent also.
Yeah.
And they're used to controlling markets, so you know that they want to be the ones who control this market.
Yeah.
100%.
You know.
And wait until they're forced into transparency where they can't liquidate that Bitcoin without permission of their customers. Those customers own that Bitcoin through that ETF.
Yeah.
So they don't have the right to create liquidity in the market with it.
Yeah.
That's somebody else's asset.
You're right. Yeah, because it's a spot ETF.
It is exactly, Rob. You said the right word. It is a spot ETF.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Now the question is, does BlackRock have, you know, a wallet on the outside that they're trading with? And the answer to that is, well, we know that absolutely. They formed that in 2021, and that's public knowledge. You can look that into it.
Very, very interesting.
But that was exclusively for their wealthiest clients. That was not something offered to the general public.
Okay. Crazy things happening behind the scenes.
Am I trusting banks? Gary. Hey, listen, man, I don't have to trust them to ride the wave with them.
No, exactly.
In the past, they have used me as liquidity. And I have to admit, Gary, you and I are both beneficiaries of using them now at this point. As long as we've been in crypto, we are using them as liquidity.
Yeah.
So the tables have turned to that in that degree. But, you know, the long road's going to tell us the whole story.
As a futures trader, that's what we do. We're just riding the coattails of the banks.
That's right.
We want to see we want to see the we just want to move, you know, wherever we find liquidity that they're going to fill in liquidity. That's what we're looking for. And we're just riding the coattails of the banks.
Yep.
Of their transactions, you know, so that's exactly what we have to do. It's nothing else we do.
Bunny, the idea of even seeing Bitcoin below 70,000 ever again is it's
very slim,
minuscule.
Yep.
I don't think people understand the power of what's happening right now at all. Like the magnitude of this is so much greater than you can possibly even begin to understand. And really, all you would do to truly understand it, all you'd need to do is study what happened with the .com era. Like, I'm genuinely being serious about this. This is exactly the same thing that happened. You know, all of the biggest financial minds were out there talking about the internet will never go anywhere, and it's all just a passing fad and all this other garbage, right? And now we've got the likes of Amazon, one of the most valuable companies on the face of the earth, right? You know, you can't get away from innovation. You can't get away from technological advance. And the only wise thing to do as any sort of strategic investor is to make sure that at the very least, you've got some degree of small investment into the next thing. That's what this is.
Yep.
But this is just like with every other leap forward, it's going to be a gigantic leap in value as well, which means you want to get in early and you want to be in for the long haul, and you don't want to sleep in between when you get those opportunities during the dips. And if you follow this process, you guys, the same process that every mega wealthy human being on the earth has followed through all of time in public investment, the outcome will be exactly the same. You know, it's a tried and true process. It's really not that complicated.
The only part that resonated with Gary, Josh, is the no sleeping part, because he hasn't been sleeping, just buying the dips.
No time for sleeping.
Love it, Gary. Hey, Blair. Hello, hello. Hello. Don't you have a whole bunch of Dogecoin, Blair, that you're keeping forever? Feel like you do. Feel like you do.
So something I wanted to talk about was, when will we see? This is what I really want to see. When we start seeing the actual market using, Bitcoin as a store of value and not moving with the market. Like, if I see S&P 500 dropping, I should not see, Bitcoin dropping. It should be almost like the way it does when you see the market dropping, bonds are up, right?
It's now, Rob. It's now.
Because they're moving. That's what I want to get at. It should be now. It should be pretty soon, because now you have investors, like Josh was saying. Now, to his point, now you have investors, so they don't want to see the market. They're going to do the same, right? They're going to put. What I would love to see is now, these people putting, when they move from stocks, you're moving it to bonds or crypto, right? Or in Bitcoin or whatever. As a hedge, when you're the only thing is that, and this is where I want to get at, Bitcoin is pretty volatile as well, right? So that's the thing. Bonds are not as volatile. So that's why they say, when you're risk on, you're in stocks. When you're risk off, you're in bonds, right? And you see the money shift, market drops, and you see bonds go up because money is being moved to bonds. Now, I want to see how that's going to play out with Bitcoin, right? Are they going to start moving money? Maybe, okay, risk off, and then maybe now I don't know. I guess when it gets to a point where it stabilizes at a certain price, and like I think Raymond said, when the regulation comes in and all that stuff like that, then I guess we'll probably see it more like that.
I don't think it's regulation that's going to happen. So the entire volatility of the market is based on leverage play and retail hands, right? So until we get a majority of this asset in stable hands that aren't in there every day buying and selling and buying and selling and buying and selling and buying and selling, we're going to have volatility. Yep. So, and ironically, that's precisely what these big institutions are doing. They're shaking the hell out of the market. And so many of these retail, they're in profit positions. So they're like, hey, I can afford, I'm just going to sell out right here. I'll grab it at a lower price, blah, 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 blah. And what are they getting? What are they getting? A 0.2% discount? Well, good job, genius. The problem you have now is that you lost your great position. You're buying it at a higher price. And then the next time that they shake the tree and you go in negative or you go into the red, you're going to sell that Bitcoin again? And every time that we go through that process, every single time, the enterprise picks up more and retail loses more.
Yeah.
Period. And this is where the spread and the scarcity in the market is really going to be impacted, because people are getting sucked out of their positions. Bottom line. Yep. And this will get worse and worse and worse as the price goes higher. Mm-hmm. So, volatility over time in Bitcoin is probably isn't going to change all that much. You're going to get very SPY-like moves, 0.5% here, 1% there, maybe a spur 3% day or whatever. Yep. But that's once we reach market parity. And the majority of the Bitcoin is actually sitting in the hands of, long-term investors and enterprise institutions.
Yeah. Because you always have countries and everything that are in this, and
yeah.
Konnichiwa, Jericho.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean that Bitcoin's not going to be bought and sold and traded and all that other good stuff at any point. It will always be a fluid
Yeah, like
asset.
gold. Yeah.
But it's intrinsically it's going to generate higher and higher and higher market capitalization the longer we're exposed to the general market. And the more regulation we get in countries where people aren't allowed to possess Bitcoin, the more we get opening up of those regulations, the more adoption we get. The more necessity there is for supply. The supply is limited, so naturally people are looking at selling out for a really, really high value for a small portion of their Bitcoin, and that's a really attractive offer to most people, because it doesn't necessarily mean they won't ever get their hands on Bitcoin again in an equivalent value. It just means they'll have a smaller position in the long run. And you weigh that. And for many people, they'll treat it like life tokens, like, it's my opportunity to pay off my mortgage and all of my bills and be liquid, or it's, something I can liquidate into, an IRA account for my kids, that kind of thing. That's where you're going to see a lot more of that fluid trading. But Bitcoin is a long way from parity. Long way.
Yeah. You know what? Raymond says, do you guys think we have a black swan this bull cycle? Well, check this out. I think they're trying. What happened?
We've got one right now.
I think they tried today, and I think the market said, "F you," and it dropped, and that V-shaped recovery, and it just ran to all-time highs. That's crazy. That was amazing. I was like, wow, this is crazy. So I think they tried. They definitely tried. Because I thought it was gonna be just with Biden saying what he said, giving the okay, and then I didn't think they were gonna probably actually do something. I think that was just maybe like a bluff, but it wasn't. They did something, but the market didn't give a damn.
Yeah,
I mean, it reacted at first, and then it just kind of like, I don't know. Maybe it's
I think as long as Putin
of,
remains measured, we're not going to have a black swan from this event, and we'll see how this works out.
I think the market is also feeling bullish that this guy is going to be able to control the situation. The TRUMP.
That was my guess, Lester. I don't know if that's going to happen or not.
I'm gonna be careful saying TRUMP, because the last time we got the whole YouTube thing crashed on us and we couldn't get back in, believe it or not.
Yeah, you would have thought after that lady died that things would have gotten at least moderately better. Yeah, I've got the 100K magnet in the brain too, King Hawk, like without a doubt.
It's the next logical level.
102,000.
Yeah.
106 for full extension. That would, I mean, come on. Nobody's going to cry about an extra 4%, right?
Yep.
Oh, man.
I mean, the shorts will, but.
Blaze, I saw this. I was looking, I'm always getting info from different, sources to, about the market. And somebody, I forgot where I saw it at. I want to try to find it again to show it to you guys. But I mentioned it to Josh today that there's some sites that are using, there's some people, analysts that are using the TD9, the sequential, that indicator,
the golden candle basically.
Right, and in Bitcoin, and it's been very accurate with Bitcoin on a bigger time frame.
Okay.
And they were saying, and actually today, when it hit the 94, there was a nice yellow thing with the 9 on it.
Yeah.
And then it dropped. Wow. Yeah, we saw it today, so it was like, so it's been pretty good indicator. It follows those technicals really good.
Yeah.
On the 30-minute chart, I think it was.
30. Okay. Let me see if I can pull it up. Did you have to change the candles to regular candles, or just?
I don't know. Josh showed his chart today, and on the 30-minute, he had a nice yellow 9 on the.
Oh yeah, check out Discord. Blaze, the posts are side by side.
Look at it right there. Boom.
Yeah, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So it seems to follow those technicals pretty good. And I saw some other site. I was saying, Josh, that some other, I don't know where I found it. Somebody said a person that was analyzes Bitcoin, and they use that particular indicator, and it's pretty good supposedly.
That's a good one up the bottom too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those orange candles, I've only seen a couple of times where those orange candles haven't truly, like, genuinely indicated a move.
Yeah, it has to be like a real big pump or
It
dump.
really does.
That is just like ignore, just like taking off.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good
Black
night.
Numbers. I'll be okay.
Good night. I like it. No, Rob.
Good night, Black Empress. We love you.
Good night. With your question though earlier, like Rob,
What were you
it's
saying,
interesting.
Blaze?
No. Like your question earlier about
Yeah.
When will the markets actually, like, what Bitcoin deviating from like the S&P. It's funny because we've been talking about that over the last few days, and it's really nice to see, right? Because we've been seeing the S&P, like, retrace from that 600 level. Bitcoin has been consolidating and pushing for brand new all-time highs.
You're talking about decoupling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it really is nice to see, because I think over the years people have been asking, like, Bitcoin
It
is
would
supposed to be this asset that
just,
is,
it would just piss me off so much every time I
yeah,
would see that. I'm like,
yeah,
are you kidding me? It should be the
exactly,
opposite. Or if the dollar's dropping, that should be ripping. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
it should be a hedge. It should be a hedge on the market, and
Yeah,
that's
but
good to see.
like you guys said, though, it just needs that time to.
I'll scream the same thing. I'm just going to say the same thing. Here's my motto.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not sell thine biddies. Okay? If everyone held the same motto, just like when you got Bitcoin, like the profits you make on your altcoins and all that stuff, buy Bitcoin with it. Just never touch it. Just never, ever, ever, ever touch it. Don't
Have
touch
fun with your meme coin trading, and I agree.
Bingo. And then just leave your Bitcoin alone.
Yeah.
Because so long, the moment that retail realizes, you know what, this is an asset I should hold on to, and maybe I should trade something else, because the percentage gains obviously are much, much greater on altcoins. So I don't understand trading Bitcoin to begin with the exception of leverage trading, which in a bull market is almost foolish. It's almost foolish. It's a really crazy idea. But regardless, if people really just adopted this, I'm going to hold on to this forever, then there wouldn't be enough supply for the price to go down. They wouldn't have anything to leverage against.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, good point.
Yeah,
and this is what Michael Saylor is trying to explain to the world. Like, that day of parity is coming, you guys. Whether you like it or not, it's coming. There are only 21 million Bitcoin total. And we still estimate that probably a quarter of them were lost in the first 10 years of Bitcoin's existence. Okay? Because people threw away their USB drives, their hard drives, their old computers, their cell phone, whatever they had that Bitcoin on. They have no access to it anymore. There's one very famous position where a guy ditched his hard drive on accident, and he is suing a landfill to try to dig into the landfill to find this thing worth, I want to say it's $5 billion.
500 million, I think.
500 million. There you go.
He's just had it online on the thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of this stuff doesn't even exist anymore. So when we talk about scarcity in an investment vehicle like this, it cannot be understated. It can't be. And there's only one way for an investment asset like this to respond. There's only one way. And yes, we're going to have downward volatility too. But if you look over the long term for Bitcoin, since its inception, we're talking about more than 140% year over year. No investment in history has ever done that. And certainly not for as long.
I like it.
Yep. And now we got Peter Schiff.
I saw that earlier today. That guy's been a hater since it was, in the abyss, and I can't believe he's still hating.
He lost $1 billion on that short in the 20s.
That's crazy. Some people just need to give up.
What did he say?
Peter Schiff?
Yeah.
Oh, he's mad about MicroStrategy.
Yeah.
You can't understand why MicroStrategy's valuation is so high.
And
just because of
money but him. Yeah.
Yep.
Stand that guy.
Yep.
His day's coming.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. So that guy, I think, yeah, we had it up here, Josh, before you came on, and which is really interesting. Let me see if I can pull it up again. Actually, I don't know what I searched earlier to find it, but let's see. It should be up here somewhere.
ETC in the landfill.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. This dude, Newport, uh, $500
yep,
million.
there you go.
Yeah. That's
Like, and the crazy thing is he genuinely believes that he knows exactly where in the landfill this would be. And
really.
there are employees apparently at the landfill that verify that that is basically the sector where this hard drive would exist.
Oh wow.
And this guy is absolutely willing to go and do all the digging by himself and everything, man, just to get that hard drive back.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And it's crazy. The size of this area is like a football field, and
Yep.
several feet deep.
My goodness. I mean, I'm sure he's offering the city something like, I'll give you half of the monies. I'll give you 70% of the monies. I'll
I
give you
don't think
80.
so.
Really?
I don't think so. No. And at this point, after all they've put him through, I wouldn't negotiate with him either.
No.
You know?
Oh, wow. So he previously offered the council 25% of the value of the coins to be used on local community projects.
See?
Yeah.
He's
Previous.
going in my direction. He's like, all
Yeah.
right, fine, screw you guys.
Yep, exactly. Previously, now nothing. I'm just going to sue you guys. Wow.
Like, I can't believe they didn't take it. Dude, $150 million worth of
Yeah.
Bitcoin for
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, that poor dude.
Yep. He's never gonna let this go too, you know. Especially as he sees the value go up like every single day, he's never gonna let this go.
Yeah, this is why we keep our hard storage in an immovable safe, you know.
Yeah.
Go buy yourself one of those. I know they're kind of expensive, but you know, spend the money and get a proper like 1,100 pound or 2,000 pound safe. And even if it's the only thing you keep in there, that's where you keep it.
Yep.
And with like a 10-digit PIN code.
Yeah. My
I
question
think,
is,
I think I'm gonna watch that tonight, Mike. The podcast. I wanted to see it. I keep seeing the thumbnails, and I want to sit down and watch it, and not just watch it quickly. I want to hear everything.
Mhm. Yeah.
You're what in the podcast? What?
Oh, sorry. Somebody asked a question if I saw if we saw the Michael Saylor on PBD podcast. I want to see
Oh, it's
it.
amazing. Yeah, PBD.
I didn't see it. I just saw shorts of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole conversation is very intriguing, and I have the funniest feeling that PBD went out and bought another $100 million worth of Bitcoin after that interview was over too.
After that, yeah. Usually after talking, yep, you get that. You're like, I'm sold.
Yep. Crazy. Crazy.
I do. I have a Ledger, Jericho. I have a Ledger Mini.
Ledger Mini.
And it was spectacular in its day. It works really, really well. Everything is perfectly secure. I can still plug it into my computer. I haven't touched it. I don't know, in months to actually make transfers or anything. But it works just fine. It's a good, solid system. Just make sure if you have storage that you have backup. Gail, what's happening? How are you guys faring down there in Florida? Oh, my beautiful Floridian family. I love that place. God, I miss you guys.
Take my monies, Mike.
I'm going to take you to Miami one of these days, Blaze.
Miami?
Yeah.
As long as there's no hurricanes,
No, we don't go during hurricane season, man.
Okay, very good. Sounds good.
No, we only go when the water is crystal clear. The beaches are groomed and beautiful.
No bears, no sharks, no alligators.
Oh, bears all the time because bears are huge in Florida.
Yep.
And Blaze, gators don't like salt water. That's
Oh,
crocodiles. Yeah,
oh,
there's
okay,
plenty of crocodiles.
okay, fine.
They're
Don't
friendly.
let-
You can walk right up to them and pet them. I'll show you.
Okay, sounds good. Rita, why are you laughing? I'm just, just making
You put
sure
a
I
stake around your neck, Blaze. You know,
don't. Yeah, and then I'm gonna end up coming back to Canada with no head.
it's all right.
uh,
They make bags for that.
uh, Tendo, the answer is no.
Oh,
November
Mike, I
30th?
don't deal with traffic in Miami, dude. I don't do that. When I go to Miami, I basically stick to Miami Beach, and I'm a super happy camper. I have everything in the world I need there.
Yeah.
Although I have to say, driving down to the marina does suck, dude, big time. Or going to like the Seaquarium. That can be a real nightmare. Especially if you get sucked into the express lane and didn't realize what you've done. Yeah, it's bad news. Like, there goes my exit.
Yep. Robs people.
No matter.
I'm not gonna. No way, dude. Not by November 30th, likely.
No.
Doge. I mean, Doge moves real fast, but pushing 60 cents in the next 40 days?
Yeah,
Oh
exactly.
no, November
No.
30th? Oh hell no,
Yeah,
no,
10,
not in
10,
11 days.
10 days, 11 days.
No, no,
Yeah,
no. Bitcoin would have to run to like 125,000.
exactly. So,
Now, Mike, that is absolutely a fact. There are lots of those. And those are far more dangerous than like grizzlies.
Place going to Miami from Tampa is like you get in your car. When you
yeah.
get to Miami, you're like in another country. It's like totally
Yeah,
different. Like,
Really?
no different. It's Tampa's another world from Miami.
it is.
I mean, Miami's different from everything. It's like
Yeah.
Yep.
Why is that though?
Well, the infusion of Cuban culture, mainly.
Oh, okay.
It's
probably
awesome.
liberal
Dude.
down there too.
I freaking love that place, man. Absolutely love that place. Now, there are areas of Miami that I don't go to also.
Welcome to Miami.
That exists in every city, even in Tampa,
Yeah,
another
that's
city
true.
I'm very endeared to. Tampa has one of the most gorgeous nighttime skylines off of the water. You guys, it is stunning to behold.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming in on when you're out on the water, like coming into the bay. Oh, it's just gorgeous, dude. Gorgeous.
Yeah. I like it.
I do not have Gemini credit card. I should though. I damn well should. I don't know why I don't have a Bitcoin friendly credit card.
You should get one.
Really inspired me just now.
Maybe BlackRock is gonna come up with one.
See, that starts to hit my activist buttons, man. I struggle just liking iBit.
Yep. Why?
Because it's fun, Blaze. Gators are awesome.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I like Fort Lauderdale. Another beautiful place.
Fort Lauderdale, I actually like. Yeah.
I like all over Florida, man. From the Everglades to the cities. I don't care. Take me to freaking Jacksonville. I don't, whatever. I'm down. I just like Florida. Mainly, it's just the people. Like, people in Florida are just cool people. Salt life does something to people. And they're either completely nuts. You either run into Florida man or you run into Rob,
uh, yep.
Oh, you've got a pyro light? Well, okay, so the name kind of does it, I guess, pyro.
Yeah, Pyro is by me actually.
I love pyrotechnics.
Have you guys gone out for lunch yet, Rob? How far away does Pyro
No.
live? Well,
Tampa's
I think
not
the
a
last time
giant
we
place, man.
yeah.
I think we were like not even an hour away from each other. Last time he told me he was doing something.
Okay.
we really haven't talked that, because of this. It was the storm thing. We were
Yeah,
just asking each other how
yeah.
you were, stuff like that. And
Hey, good night,
yeah.
Gary.
Good night,
Good night,
Gary.
Go find us some meme coins to play with, Gary.
Yes, please.
And tag me, because I'm always missing out.
Say, hey, Rob, FOMO into Peanut.
I mean, right now, things are quiet. Like we had the craziest day yesterday with some of these moves.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And
Even
earlier,
meme coins were loving the action yesterday.
yep. Yep.
Now I'm just kind of waiting for another, money cycle. Move that money to somewhere else.
Money cycle. What do you mean a money cycle?
Money flows out of Bitcoin into other stuff.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah. Bunk. Pump it, please. Make sure something gets the volume.
I'd actually like to see one of my meme coins go bonk. Why you got to be all selfish like that, Mike? What about my memes?
Let's see. Crow selling off. Gold is for some reason always on the list here, along with Bunk and Hex and Ada.
In the bubbles? Oh yeah.
The bubbles, yeah.
Hmm?
Very
Hex,
interesting.
which is Hex. I bought in a pre-sale, and it sounds like Hex. It was one I got, and I totally forgot already. And I'm trying to figure it out to see if that thing pumped, and I have money there, and I don't even know. I'm about to get. I think it was some coin that they said it was a pre-sale, and I got in. They were even giving you like if you bring other people in, they were gonna, I don't even remember. I think it was Hex. Was it Hex, or Hex has been out for a while?
Hex has been around for a while.
Yeah, but it's not Hex then. It's I wonder what it was.
Yeah.
It sounded similar. Was it helium or was it? I'm trying to remember.
Might be the HTX because you thought you were buying the hot trades coin.
Pyro, I'll tell you what, that's what I need. And I need it to be implemented sometime prior to like August of next year.
Yeah. Ormond Beach. Yeah, I have my brother's in-laws has a house there in Ormond Beach by Daytona. Yep. I go there sometimes. It's a rental property they have there.
Gail, I hope you never give them up, man. I mean, think about it this way. Think about what you've been able to do, living a life of freedom, being all happy.
And your average is better than most of these institutions.
Oh, his average is much better than every institution.
Wow. Yeah.
Every institution.
Exactly.
You have to find a launchpad program on one of the chains, Mike. That's how you.
So I actually have an idea about something like that, Josh. I want to talk to you about.
Okay.
I want to have a meeting with you and Blaze, and I want to talk to you. And I have an idea for you guys.
Okay.
Rob wants a crypto.
He deserves a crypto.
I'm
going to create a bull bear algo crypto.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we're going to utilize that to fund, a bull bear supercomputer.
Oh, I'm out. I'm going to start programming right now. I'm out.
Don't thank you, brother. Love you.
I wasn't thinking about that, but damn, that's not bad.
Hey man, I'm a visionary, brother.
But I got an idea, and it's for two things. One is for philanthropy, and another one is for for profit. For us.
Oh, build them both into the same unit.
You see, that's
there's an exceptional tax benefit to magnanimity on a corporate level.
That's why I want to talk to you guys about that. We'll talk about it.
Mike, here's the thing, dude. Approximately 30,000 meme coins are being made every day.
That's a crazy number.
When you think about it, the odds are relatively impossible, but you can get lucky. I mean, why not? Why not? And really, genuinely, all it takes is a following. if you create the right
That's what I was gonna say.
coin with the right narrative, and then you get a
That's right.
social media following, dude, that's where it all begins. And
That's
then
right.
from there, it could pull a Bonk or a PayPay or, whatever, which have zero use case behind them, other than just being community driven, I don't know, reserve assets. I hate to even just to talk about them and use that terminology, but unfortunately, it's the only way
It's
that
the
I can
truth.
genuinely
Yeah.
describe it. Yeah.
Yep. Crazy. Gail?
You know what, Gail? The problem is I was trying so hard just to get him to get a Bitcoin that he didn't have it to loan to you.
He's not gonna let you go with that, Blaze.
I know. Josh would never.
Nope.
Josh, I'm telling you, my final buy is January 1st.
No, I know, brother. I know. I get it.
And then
Timing is everything, Blaze. Everything.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. And then at that point, Josh, I would never bother you for a dip again. At that point, we just go to the moon. No
Yep.
selling, nothing. Just
Exactly. And then we have prosperity for everybody involved.
Yep, exactly.
Because that's where this is all headed anyway.
Yeah, my mistake, Josh, was being sensible. Let's allocate, let's be sensible, not too much, because you never know. Now I don't want to be sensible anymore.
Yeah, now it's gloves off, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But that's exactly what happens in every. That's what we were talking about the last time.
Yeah.
That's what happens all the time with crypto in the bull runs. Like nobody's thinking about dollar cost averaging. Nobody's thinking about getting in and listening to Josh. Then it starts ripping. You're like, oh my god, why didn't I just do it? Why didn't I?
No, actually, Rob, quite the opposite. They were definitely thinking about it, man. But what they were thinking was, this Josh guy is freaking nuts, man. I don't know what the hell is wrong with him. Bitcoin's been falling for like a year. There is no way, dude.
Isn't that called FOMO? You know what, Pyro Mike? Be quiet.
Blaze, no FOMO.
No FOMO. It's dollar cost averaging. It's like Michael Silo says, always buy the highs. Buy the highs until they're no
Buy the
longer
highs forever.
Yep.
Become the new support.
Yep. Exactly.
I'm totally cool with that.
Exactly.
Isn't that called FOMO?
That's freaking beautiful.
Yes, it is FOMO.
And by January, I have to say, it may very well be exactly that. It may just be FOMO, and it won't just be Blaze.
Yep.
Like the entire financial world will be on fire looking for a way to get out. And yeah, Bitcoin's like it. Everybody, all the rats are scurrying and like climbing over each other just to get a little spot on the raft,
Yeah.
And here are so many of us like, sitting on our big boat, like, hey, we told you guys not to get on that. It's sinking now. And no, you can't get on our boat. Yes, there's plenty of space, but no, you can't get on the boat.
Exactly.
Here, take a lobster tail, you non-believers.
Come to my island.
Smack them with it first.
Yep.
That's right, Mike. This is not financial advice. That's right.
No,
this is advice I give my children. See?
Yeah.
And whether people see themselves as my children or not that's not really on me. So.
I like it. I like it. Too bad we're not hitting brand new highs tonight, Josh. For goodness.
I'm not surprised, man. We kind of needed it. I sort of like these. I like these heavy bounces and these small sell-offs.
Yeah.
Because that 1% sell-off gave us what, 12% on Dogecoin. I'll take that discount all day.
Yeah.
All day long. Solana sold off to 232, I think. Something like that. Where was it? Yeah, 233. I mean, these are nice little discounts. They may seem kind of tiny right now, but in comparison, these are gonna seem sort of extreme when we start moving into the next legs of this bull run. Because moves from here, you guys are going to start to get a little silly, you know.
Yep. Crazy, crazy.
Unfortunately, Pyro, it's too hard to get your hands on in an emergency.
Yeah, Mike.
It's an impossible escape mechanism in an emergency. Where are you going to get it? You can't exactly just like go down to the local store and pick up some gold and silver in exchange. Doesn't work.
I always thought about that too. I was like, you know, it's good to have. You know, I mean, the worth it's gonna be worth a lot if the dollar crashes or something like that. But still, like, what are you gonna do with it? You know,
Dollar's never going to zero. And all of this talk about it is just the silliest thing I've ever heard. Like, I mean, I said it on stream yesterday, and you guys are genuinely going to learn this over the next couple of years. The entire idea of international debt is a complete farce.
Mm-hmm.
And if, you know, here, simple example. You guys ready?
Yeah.
So the entire debt that was generated, okay, less than 5% of the total money that's been printed over the last 6 years was actually utilized for anything other than propping up the markets. People ask me how I knew that the stock market was going to continue to make all-time highs considering a complete and utter economic collapse in the United States. Well, it was a simple equation. The dollar completely collapses along with the entire global economy, which the wealthiest people in the world definitely don't want. Because if everything goes to zero, the entire balance of power goes to zero, which means they lose too. And these guys don't lose. So the only way to rescue themselves was genuinely to print money. And the easiest way for them to print money was to indebt governments. So the governments go out and they print in their currencies, and then they utilize these currency prints to buy up stock markets around the world. And that is how they continue to generate wealth. Here's the craziest part of it. Who owns the stock markets? And if you know the answer to that question, the rest of the story really does become clear. This is how I knew. Because the rich get richer while the poor get poorer. And if you continue to follow the processes that the rich utilize, then you also can become wealthy. And it's not really that complicated, you guys. Like, they paint the picture for you. They told you it was imminent global collapse. Do you know what people did? They went out and liquidated their stock accounts. Right? And in that liquidation, we saw a major retrace from SPY. And since that initial retrace, we've seen nothing but ups. And it was precisely the plan.
And the rich got way richer during the COVID pandemic, while everybody was selling and not working. They were making crazy money.
Well, think about it, dude. That's where we got our first opportunity to genuinely buy cheap Bitcoin.
Yeah. Or just the markets.
And it was every asset class with the exception of gold and silver, which didn't retrace, but they also did not go up. Like, the plan was to freak people out, not to collapse the economy. And then if they freak people out enough, the opportunity was that they could utilize all of this debt cash to buy back the markets at all-time lows.
Yep.
And this is why people come to hot trades.
Yep.
The Fed is in control. That's the issue. The Fed is in control. That's why
honestly, you guys, just in your 401k in the last 12 months, you've got what, 28% minimum.
Yep.
Because that's what all sectors have increased over the last 12 months.
But this is the interesting thing. So your 401ks go 28%, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then the rich, the way they're managing is what we said. The transfer. So now they'll move their gains and they'll move it into bonds and then move it into something more stable. Market crashes, but your money's still in that 401k, which dropped again with the market. So but they're using your money to get, to leverage it and get more money and and get interest on it even higher. So, that's the name of the game.
Yeah, they get to work in compound a lot better.
When the company I was working for stopped matching, I said I'm done with my 401k. I did my own portfolio and I'm just managing it like that. And the same money I would put in over there, I'm just putting it over here, because if they're not matching anymore, then I'm not getting any free money. You know what I mean? So I just
exactly. Yeah, and if your money's not working for you, look, share price is not enough to entice somebody to stay in an asset for a long period of time. It's just not enough. Even if the stock prices increase, 10, 12, 18, 20% per year, it doesn't make any difference, because the intrinsic value of something that's paying you dividends is going to be immensely higher. If your money is parked and not paying you back for the fact that it is parked, then maybe you have it parked in the wrong lot.
Right. That's what we want to teach people, man, and people understand that, and even day traders, we always say it too, make your money, but then take some of that money and start investing it, doing good, making it, work for you.
Yep.
Feels great, to make $1,000 in a day, but if you're gonna lose it over time, you might as well just take a piece of it and move it over somewhere else and continue to compound, because compounding is the name of the game. That's like the most powerful thing ever.
Yeah.
Eighth wonder of the world, they call it.
It is. Yeah, that was Charlie Munger that said
that.
Was Warren Buffett, but everybody gives credit to Warren Buffett.
Yeah.
Even Warren Buffett says Charlie Munger was the genius. He just followed a lot of really great advice. That's what Warren Buffett says.
Yeah. Well, Charlie Munger also was because it's almost like saying, he wasn't the politically correct one. He wasn't the one that played, kind of like when they say Trump is not presidential. And so he was the more of he says things crazy. He was always like,
Charlie Munger would call you stupid to your face.
Yeah, exactly. And then, and then this guy was just more like, he was just more, so everybody kind of like related to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's our own fault for traditional banking. And at this point, King, we definitely have other ways to go. If you want good, long-term returns on long-term holdings, I mean, stake some crypto, stake Ethereum, stake Solana. There are so many different ways to get dividends in so many different assets that traditional banking and the idea of keeping something in a 10% year over year money market account, it's not even in the slightest bit attractive anymore. There's just too many other better options.
Are they even giving 10% on a money market? I doubt it. That's really high.
You know what? Honestly, I'm not sure. I don't look into that stuff anymore. They used to give 10% on money market years and years and years ago, but I don't pay any attention to that stuff anymore. Like I said, there's far better vehicles for it. Even many of the slower, like lower end dividend ETFs are paying out better than many of the market or money market accounts or sector ETFs are. So I like YieldMax. They've been crushing. Love those guys.
Yeah, YieldMax. Yeah.
They know how to pay their customers. Okay. If banks paid customers like YieldMax pays customers, I gotta tell you.
Actually, you know what? I actually put in my I was doing some research on my, one of my Webull accounts, and I was like, I saw the YieldMax on ETF or something they have. They were paying. I was like, whoa, this seems pretty good, and I was thinking about maybe starting to allocate some money in there every other week, because I have a couple that I've been putting in, but I saw that I just didn't. So it's pretty good to know that you like YieldMax, huh? You use it a lot?
I do. Yeah, Coney in particular is what we're playing with mainly.
Which one?
Coney, CONY.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Here's the one I saw. Let me see. I'll tell you now. So weird to see.
4.5% is just not enough to entice me, King. That's not even reasonable in my mind. If I'm not getting 10% back on my money, I don't want to play with it. And Jericho, I have to tell you, I never buy paper. Never. Don't buy paper, dude. You know, the bond and CD markets, the interest rates are going to be all over the freaking place. You know, and as an example of that, we saw when Jay Powell cut the rates. Now we've had 2 cuts, and twice now the banks have increased the rates. So with all due respect to the rate cut market and you know, federal banking and private banking institutions, those people have never been able to manage money properly. And if you know, 3 separate bailouts over the course of the last 30 years aren't, you know, a significant indication of their ineptitude, then I mean, perhaps look into some other assets. I guess that's kind of what I'm getting at. Buying paper, I just don't like it. I don't like it at all.
I was looking at Aply, APLY.
Mike, they will. You know, Michael Saylor has already talked about that at great length. And I'm sorry, Rob, what'd you say?
Sorry, you could. No, I think it was this one that I was looking at. APLY from UMax. It's a UMax. Oh, that's the Apple one. No, that's not it. That's not it. I'll find it. There was one that I was looking for. Sorry, man. I'm talking out loud.
But I mean, the short answer to your question, Mike, is yes, absolutely. Yeah, Michael Saylor intends to keep the stock price of MicroStrategy accessible for most investors. I mean, we may see it run. You know, he may not do anything significant. I should say they, because it's not necessarily just him. You know, there's a whole board, but maybe there's a blitz. You know, up to $1,000. Maybe we see something kind of like what Tesla did. You know, allow it to run. You know, $1,000, $1,200 before the split. That way, they've got a nice smaller 3-figure starting price after the split. It'd be good. Yeah, Mike, it will be until the market starts to stall a bit, and we get into longer periods of consolidation, and it will still, the dividend is still going to be very, very good, but it will drop significantly. Do not get accustomed to giant dividends. Just don't. Be thankful for them, certainly, but deploy them properly and multiply them, but don't get used to it.
Yeah, it's not sustainable. Yeah.
No, it's not. I'm loving this cross blaze. We finally got it, dude. You see what's happening right now?
Pump it, pump it, pump
I've been
it.
like peeking down at that chart repeatedly.
Pump it, please.
I don't like that it's on such a short time frame.
Yeah, that's a really small time frame. I wonder. Let me refresh the liquidation heat map. See if anything's changed. Probably not. Just because.
Yeah,
Nope.
Somebody added more at the top there, I think.
Yeah. We've got 2 more batches in there now.
Yeah.
And then it looks like they are reinforcing those shorts just above that 93.3 that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Because that section is starting to turn yellow.
Yeah.
I mean, not to be, you know, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it does appear as though this is the same type of activity that we faced in the previous consolidation level. And I will say confidently that if they manage to establish this resistance here, they could force us into another long period of consolidation that could last weeks. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, you know. Especially for Blaze, who has, you know, stalled on buying Bitcoin for 2.5 years now. So
not enough, Josh. It's all I'm saying.
Not enough. That's never enough, dude. It's
That's
never
true.
enough.
Yeah. NFTs, how much they ran?
Yeah. Mike, that's what I do, dude. I've got everything set on a direct reinvestment program on the drip. Yeah. So it just automatically buys more shares every time I'm paid out the dividend.
Yeah.
Because we're nowhere near price cap, dude. We're nowhere even close to it. So I'm just taking advantage of compounding that position. You know, I want as many shares as I can get. Yeah, exactly, Mike. Yeah, exactly. Like I have not touched. And again, I'm going to reiterate how important it is if you guys are playing with these dividend ETFs, be very, very careful and make sure that you understand wash sale. Okay.
Yeah.
Two very important words in investing in ETFs: wash sale. Do not get yourself double dipped on taxes, man. It sucks.
Yep. Yep. I know you don't like IBIT as much, but that's part of the appeal, Josh. You know.
Yeah, truly. No, I genuinely understand that.
Yeah. Just
Yeah, Gail, there's a typically they have a it's called an elimination period where basically you'll make your order to draw out your staked assets, and then there's a period of time where basically those assets are locked. So sometimes it's 48 hours, sometimes it's 10 days, sometimes it's 30 days. It just depends on the asset and how you locked it in place, because you get to set the timeline for your lock on those assets.
Yep.
In many cases, not all cases.
Do you see what I mean, Josh? December for Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So
I get it.
yeah.
I get it, man. I get it.
So
The end of the
don't
year is a big deal for people. Just make sure
Yeah.
sure that you understand the impact of tax season this next year.
Yeah.
Because around tax season, people are going to have some liquid in their pockets again, and we're going to be into the heart of crypto spring. So, be ready to move and try to move prior to that time.
Yep.
Hey, right on, Shaitrowski.
Well then, congratulations.
I love that.
Yep. 90% kept 10%. Not bad. Are you hoping for a dip, or you're just done with it?
Yeah, I guess that's my question too. Do you think crypto's done?
Yeah. Yep. Waiting for that dip to 91.5, Josh.
Dude, I get cute. Go ahead and get cute with the market. I dare you. I dare you to get cute with this bull market. Dude, think about it. Think about how many people. So we had this amazing run on Doge, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, just a ridiculous number of people got in between like 36 and 40,000, I'm sorry, 36 and 40 cents, and then.
Yeah.
Dude, as soon as it started to sell off from 40, everybody's like bailing out, and it went right back to 37 cents again. And I'm like, what was the point in doing that? Did that 8% mean so much to you that you wanted to lose position?
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
You're up 50%
Yep.
on your position, and you get a small 8% retrace, and you think like all hell is breaking loose. I got to bail now.
Yep.
Like, dude, you've got a fire in an ashtray. The whole cruise ship is not on fire, right?
Yep.
You know what, Gar? I don't want to talk about it. The bottom line is this. I still feel exactly the same way about Brad Garlinghouse. The guy is a douchebag. He sold us out to the World Economic Forum. But God bless XRP, man. I'm super happy. I'm crazy happy for the XRP army.
Yeah.
Like, I have a lot of friends that have been diehard in XRP forever and ever and ever. But I pray that people are smart enough to understand they cannot hold on to XRP until it's $1,200 in this bull market, or they're going to get liquidated. I mean, and their bags are they're going to be very, very heavy at the end.
Yep.
I think Doge is looking good. I really like the levels that it's forming. Like, the fact that it has managed to hold above 35 cents, I think has been pretty impressive considering the amount of sell pressure.
Penny flipping. Yeah, some people flip Doge with a lot of money though, so that makes sense. But
Well, shite, there's all kinds of places you're going to be able to play. I'm sorry, Blaze. I totally cut you off.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I was just, no, that's okay.
I got to turn up my volumes. Here we go. Now I can hear you.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of people are flipping with the Noir and Disco. Josh is flipping with, like a few $1,000. So then that 2 penny makes a huge difference. But yeah.
So if you are trading Dogecoin, fine.
Yeah.
But man, if you've been holding a long-term Doge position,
Yeah, exactly.
you're going to liquidate a big part of that position. I would maybe reconsider and potentially maybe sell out a small amount and then utilize that small amount to continue to grow that core position. Because man, we are nowhere near done with this bull run, you guys. We're not even close.
Yeah.
And if you guys want stacking tailwinds, I mean, we can talk about all of those, all of them. The new administration is already talking about printing US dollars to buy Bitcoin, basically infinite money glitch in the government form. Like, in the first country to figure out how to do this effectively wins the race, period. Because governments can move a hell of a lot faster than any of these institutions can, including BlackRock.
I think we're just going to keep going back and forth, Josh. 94 to 91 or 90K.
Yeah, this is precisely what we were talking about earlier, looking at the ETH map.
Yeah.
They're stacking them up. And until we start to get some really, really heavy leverage on the buy side, we're going to have to rely on cash infusion, all cash inflow to move the price of Bitcoin. And with the market capitalization we already have in Bitcoin, it's hard for us to do that now, you guys. And this is where adoption becomes so important and deregulation becomes so important.
Yeah.
But you guys imagine this. You are alive to see the birth of a brand new legacy asset in the world of economics. Very few people that are alive today have ever seen anything like this. So what an amazing time to be alive. Like, genuinely. I know things suck for so many of us, man. They're not nearly as prosperous as they should be. We're all stressed out. The price of eggs is through the freaking roof. You can't afford to put gas in your car. Hard to find a damn job. Hard to just live life. Everybody's pissed off and depressed and angry. Got to find something positive. And I have to say, Bitcoin's been that thing for me, for sure.
Yeah.
A little bit of family time and a little bit of DCA.
Yep.
Yeah, Gail, that's absolutely right. All of the stuff that we've been talking about over the course of the last year has genuinely come to fruition, unquestionably.
Yep. It really has.
That's not a pat on the back,
No.
but the writing was on the wall. It's just a matter of whether or not you had somebody close enough to you to actually show you the writing rather than just some Tom, Dick, or Harry on YouTube screaming, Bitcoin's going to $50 million in December,
Yep. Josh is talking to me, guys, by the way, if you...
No, that actually was not meant for you. That was not meant for you. But it was an expression of what I was saying to you in Vegas.
Yeah, exactly.
And I hope one day it does go to 50 million and Blaze is an old man talking to his great-grandchildren about this this old guy that he knew way back when, and Solana will be $50,000 by then, and he'll be like, I had a chance to buy
at $9.
$50 Bitcoin. This man in Vegas, he told me to buy Solana at $8, and I said no, and Solana is $50,000. Now you children go on and eat your crusty bread because great-granddad failed to set your future in front of you with a good foundation.
That's funny.
It doesn't matter, buddy. It doesn't matter. You're going to have a big old bag of Bitcoin anyway.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
So funny enough, Mike, it's really funny you say that. Like, I literally just described it to you. He's already talked about it. Like his intention, flat out, he already said he wants to own 5% of the total supply. And they will literally print US dollars in order to just flat buy it. And keep in mind, man, the United States right now, we do have a position of 247,000 Bitcoin. So it's not like we're starting from zero.
Yep.
I'm really happy, Gail, that I was able to help you out. That means the world to me, man. That's what we do this for.
Yep. One of many, Josh. One of many. A lot of people in the community can say that. So that's good.
No, Gail, you know what the big problem is that Blaze makes money from like 50 different directions. Like he is truly the African prince that we all know, and love from our emails. So it's not like he doesn't have money coming in. Make no mistake. I just give him a lot of crap about Bitcoin because it's our tease, it's our tease. Yeah. And don't think he didn't listen to me. He definitely did. He just doesn't have as much as he should have. That's the only
exactly. That's the problem.
Yeah. But we all feel that way. So it's like, I mean, Blaze is probably holding, 100 million of his Nigerian gold. But he feels like that's a small portion of his wealth because it is. He's a multi-billionaire, right?
Yeah, in the Nigerian currency, which is $100 US,
which is 100 US.
Cameroonian prince. He's from Cameroon, prince.
That's right. I'm the king of the world.
Yep. We need to watch the Coming to America for the holidays.
I was just gonna say that when he says you're going to Queens.
Yep.
Yes,
Amazing
let's go
movies.
to Queens.
Halt.
I love the scene at McDowell's, when they're sitting in there and Samuel L. Jackson shows up as the robber.
Yeah.
And he kicks his ass with a mop handle.
Yeah. There's only 2 of those, though, right? There's 2 movies? 2 or 3? 2?
Yeah, I think there's only 2.
Okay.
2 Coming to America and Coming to America. I think 2.
2. Yeah. Yep. Come on.
And I love the fact that they dropped the brothers from Trading Places into the movie. What an unbelievable cameo.
Yeah. That's another excellent.
We're back.
Yep. That movie's amazing. I need to watch that one again.
Eddie Murphy is a guy from Hollywood that I still carry an unbelievable amount of love and respect for.
Yeah. Have you seen his latest movie? I think it was, what is it called? You People or something?
Oh no! But I did see Dave.
Dave, okay.
Oh my God, Dave was good, dude.
I haven't seen
You're
that
talking
one.
about who?
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy. I think he did. I want to see this because he did again the Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh yeah.
It was a show on Netflix, so I want to see it because I used to love that movie. Beverly Hills Cop was so good.
Yeah.
Oh, agreed. Old Eddie Murphy.
Yep.
I mean, young Eddie Murphy, but older Eddie. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. Like I said, Shite, I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work out. But according to the heat map, as I'm seeing it right now, without a major blitz down through the buy side liquidity, it looks like we're just going to continue to compress here until one way or another has to give. Yeah. And if I were to guess, it's more likely to go up than down.
Yep. How much more time do you guys have, Josh and Rob? 5 minutes? 10 minutes?
Come on, man.
Everyone, I'm good.
Okay. I could hang out with you guys until my wife calls for me. And I got the best wife ever. She's only going to do that if the house catches on fire. So
yeah. She's like, you know what, Josh, you can go. We just came back from a beautiful trip. You can have
It was fun. Oh, dude, Trans-Siberian, the show this year it was mind blowing. I mean, this was our 5th or 6th time seeing them now. And this show was off the hinges. I mean, they're always a great show, always powerful, always fun to watch. This was, wow, the pyrotechnics. Man, so much fire and flamethrowers, fireworks, and rock and roll Christmas music is so badass.
Yeah. Amazing.
What is Amazing. This? Yeah, Gail, go see the show this year. Like, even if you have to travel to see it, man, I definitely recommend go see it. Definitely. Mike, yeah, I can see that. Oh, man. Yeah, I've already expressed my opinion on all the woke garbage.
Good evening. Yeah, it's interesting how, we talked about XRP and it just broke out, Josh.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
No, you know how we do things at Hot Trades, dude.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not buying any more XRP. You guys freaking suckered me into that at the beginning of this whole run. What was that, on Monday, Sunday, Saturday?
Yeah, so at some point,
I don't know. You guys were going crazy about it in Discord, and I was like, well, okay, fine.
Let me FOMO a little bit.
And I did.
Quick scalp. Yeah. See, that's the thing. That's the thing that I like about us, is we can trash anything, but if the technicals look good, we make monies.
Yeah.
And that was a really good technical breakout on a daily chart. There's no need to not do it.
Yeah, and even if you missed, the first 10 cents or so of the move, it was absolutely still worth it. 20%, 30% move after that. So
yeah. Yep.
And XRP has legs. The community behind it is going to push it.
Yep.
It's just a matter of whether or not Ripple continues to rain tokens down. And I recognize the importance of decentralizing XRP, you guys. I get that that's why they're doing this. And they have been very systematic about it. I understand that also. The problem that I have with it is that even when the price is not moving, they're still raining tokens down. And that sucks, you guys. That sucks. It's one thing to rain tokens down on your community when the price is running. It's completely different when you are the reason that the price is not running. Yep. And that's basically what Ripple has been doing for the last 2 years. They have been dumping their tokens onto the open market. And this is public knowledge also. Again, I encourage you, get into your search engine and do some DD into the crypto industry. Yeah, I hate paying lawyers to begin with, man. But they are important. As much as I despise it, they are super important people to have around.
They are.
Jello, Christo.
Hello, hello.
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 Yeah, overall, we've had an unbelievably successful 7 days in the crypto markets. It's been absolutely spectacular.
Yep.
And so many of our positions that we post about regularly are flying. They're absolutely flying.
Yep.
Did you see what AIOZ did?
Mm-mm.
Freaking doubled, man.
Wow, it's crazy. That one's done really well.
Mm-hmm. Well, streaming services, everybody knows it's the future. Got to find a way to decentralize it. Wolf long term.
Yeah.
So Wolf as a company is kind of changing directions and really focusing on energy generation. And with the inception of this new 20 megawatt facility that they're paying cash for, amazing, love that. I think that they may be establishing kind of a new narrative. And I was a little disappointed by the sell-off, obviously, disappointed with earnings a little bit. However, if you paid attention during the earnings call, or if you really looked into the earnings report, the only reason that we missed earnings is because we're utilizing cash in order to build out this new facility, which is going to prevent us from having any sort of respectable earnings or earnings per share, just due to the overhead of the project. Now, will that benefit us in the long run? Absolutely, because it's more revenue generation. Obviously in the transmission of that power. But if you consider that they seem to be kind of positioning themselves as both a Bitcoin miner and a power company, I think it bodes really well for the future. And I said this at the beginning of last year. I genuinely felt like Wolf was going to be the surprise of the crypto season. Which is one of the reasons, apparently, I convinced Jeff to get into Wolf. Right now, the black swan is war. It's war. Putin remaining measured is going to be absolutely crucial for global economic markets. The Ukrainian government has made probably the single most egregious strategic error in government history. And I'm not exactly sure how incoming President Trump is going to be handling this situation, but he has very good relationships with both Vladimir Putin and Volodymyr Zelensky. So we'll see how this goes. But one thing I do know is that there seem to be forces at work here attempting to create some sort of a black swan. Yeah. This seems an efforted response. And considering how out of the blue the announcement from the White House was yesterday, it's anybody's guess. It's anybody's guess. But I can tell you right now that war is the black swan.
It sure is. That's what they want.
Well, that's what they've always had planned for us, man. The only way to control the people is to panic the people and leave them without resource, so that somebody can come in and act like some sort of, avenging angel and saving grace. And I'm sorry, there's only one of those in this world, and in the next. So, and it ain't daddy government. And at this point, it's just a bunch of pissant old men having a contest over who has the biggest dick. And quite, I'm not interested in those competitions. And the single most powerful answer that all we the people can give to all of these prick leaders who think that we're just going to run and die for them in the field of battle because they say so, well, it's no. The answer's fucking no. Excuse my language. This stuff gets me incredibly passionate. I do not like seeing my brothers and sisters, regardless of where they are in the world, dying senselessly because of some old asshole who has no vested interest in the battle. I'll tell you what, you want to tell me to go to war, you stand on the front line.
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
And knowing you're about to leave office, why, it's like you don't give a damn, you know what I mean? It's just like for something that, don't even get me started on this, honestly, because it just pisses me off too.
Yep.
And it will have an effect. The market, everybody said the market kind of gave the finger to the news today. And I don't know that that's true. We've seen how these moves work out before, right? They pump the market. They manage to get into liquid cells. They take out a huge chunk of money while everybody else is buying and FOMOing in, right? They've already liquidated. So when the fit hits the shan on the next stage, they're already out. It doesn't matter for them. It just hurts the people that bought in while it was all going up.
Yeah, that's true too.
So,
and that's something they always do. Yeah, the markets always do that. They pump it up, but they're just getting higher prices so people could, pile in and then they liquidate,
Exactly.
or you become their exit liquidity, basically.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Young men who don't know each other killing each other because of old men who do. That's exactly right. And I have no interest in killing my fellow human being for someone else's self-interest. I simply don't. I'll plant my feet firmly in the ground right here, and I will protect my love and my family and my land. That's as far as I go, man. I'm not going to somebody else's country to tell them how to live their life. That's not my business. Yes, Mike, see, you nailed it, dude. That's exactly it right there. He knows for a fact. And in fact, you know what the deal's going to be? Gas. Gas is going to be the deal. Because that's what he wants. Bilateral control of the European Union. And how do you do that? Gas. Because they don't have the assets themselves. And no, I'm not talking about gasoline. I'm talking about natural gas. Yeah, KB, I don't have a problem sleeping at night worried about my money disappearing. I don't sleep at night because the market's too fun to watch. There's too many opportunities to make monies. NVIDIA has nothing to do with the Bitcoin price. Absolutely zero.
Love it. Love it, Mike.
No, see, Mike, the problem is, dude, like Rob and I both have expressed ourselves like in every possible conceivable way, on stream and off. And it's not worth rehashing anymore. I think, the resounding victory on the election pretty much means that we're all echoing the same sentiment. Mm-hmm. There's no reason for us to hash it out. We all feel the same way. So yeah, I can sleep when I'm dead. That's right. I got kids to take care of, man. I got a foundation, lots of foundations I have to build before I leave this earth. I got too much work to do to go to sleep.
Crypto.com put U.S. Bitcoin reserve will push price above 1 million.
Yep.
Expert believes or something like that. Predicts. Wow.
5% of all Bitcoin is not available for purchase. So, and I mean, it's a simple law of supply and demand. So, and if our goal is to buy that percentage, it's not going to make any difference what the price is. It won't make any difference. And then, in fact, if we get to that point, the institutions are going to push the price too. Because why? Well, it inflates their bags. Duh. So this is like, I mean, you guys, this is like sitting back and waiting for that day that all of the moons align, and some say that day is the apocalypse. I don't believe that for a second. But when all of the moon and the stars align, there's going to be true clarity. And that's what matters most. And people will be moving very, very, very fast to try to get as much of this asset as they possibly can get their hands on for as little as they possibly can. They already gave them that. Mike, that assurance has already been made that they are going to get their land bridge. But the concession, very simply, is going to be that they are going to pay Ukraine a tariff for anything that's transferred over that land bridge. And for Russia, that is still going to be an exceptionally profitable deal. And I'm not going to get into history lessons here, but at the end of the day, I think that's the most reasonable way to just end this conflict. Both sides have what they wanted, and let's just move on from here. No more bullshit, or everybody gets bombed. How about that?
Gas and land.
What are you waiting for, KB? Are you waiting for a particular level, a particular price, a particular profit threshold? And what's your plan? Are you just going to cash those positions out and immediately buy Bitcoin, or are you going to cash them out and sit on that cash until Bitcoin drops? Or I'm awfully curious about what some people's exit strategies are at this point and how much they're going to morph over the course of the next 12 to 18 months as we see things come into clearer view.
I think that's important to talk about the exit strategy. You're right. I was thinking about that. I was talking about that with my brother. You have to
Well, I
really
think it's an important topic.
Yeah, that's something that, especially when everything is like really, you know how the, I mean, I don't know, these exchanges, sometimes you can't sell, so you shouldn't be maybe in the exchange, right? You should keep it out or something. I don't know. There's so many things to look at, to think about.
The maybe this is Josh. Do you have any resources? Any like as a beginner, like is there? I mean, other than going to crypto general and asking questions, do you have any videos, any books?
Okay, so are you talking about from a technical standpoint, understanding cryptocurrency, or are we talking about understanding crypto investment? Because they're two very, very different things. I think that you need to have some degree of cryptocurrency technical knowledge to understand properly how to invest, or not how to invest, but what projects to invest into, so that you can identify those reliable projects that are going to go for the long term. Okay. Dude, honestly, start with Wikipedia. And I'm not joking about that. What is cryptocurrency? Type that into Wikipedia and just start reading. There are so many valuable links throughout that article that are going to take you off into different places.
Yeah.
Even ChatGPT too.
Yeah, ChatGPT. Yeah, that's a great option.
And they'll give you links.
And they tell ChatGPT to talk to you like, a child, like explain it to me like a child. And GPT is actually pretty good at that.
Yep.
Yeah, once you understand, if you understand stock investing, crypto investing is no different. If you then have the technical knowledge about what cryptocurrency is and how these different projects kind of intertwine, and the difference between, a layer 1 and a layer 2 and a layer 0, and those are the crucial components that are going to help you to be a very sharp investor. But initially investing in cryptocurrency, much of it's narrative driven. So really it becomes more of a, watch out for the fastest horse, look for the best performer, look at social media and see who has the most hype, and one tool for that, you guys can go to moralesmoney.com.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I'm sorry, it's just morales.com now. Morales.com, and they actually have a social media, a trending tab that shows like all the social media hype, how many followers they have, all that other good stuff. Gives them security scores. It's an excellent tool as well.
Mm-hmm.
But that's really where you get the vast majority of your investment knowledge. And many of the times, dude, I'm just like looking at Discord and somebody will pop a project out there.
Yep, exactly. Exactly.
It's Moralis.
Mm-hmm. Morales.
And then, of course, you can always watch crypto bubbles.
Yep.
Like crypto bubbles are very responsive. They're not real time. So they oftentimes you're not going to see like the percentage shifts. You have to refresh the page. But if you keep up with the crypto bubbles, you can see what's starting to move, and then you can start to do some technical analysis on their charts from there.
Yep.
As I will say, even though cryptocurrency is a different type of asset, it's still very, very responsive to charting and technical analysis. Very responsive. What's the deal with pie? I like pie. I had some pumpkin pie last night.
Yep.
I actually don't need that. Carry on.
I don't know what's the deal with pi, right? Like, what are they ever gonna do with that? Like,
Throw it in the
they already-
garbage because people have too many points.
yeah, they already made the main net and everything. You know, yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. They already have so many. I don't think.
Yeah. People were like minting that stuff back in the day as if it was.
I would stick with fastest horse cases at this point because we have institutional adoption. Fastest horse is going to be really important. And right now, the fastest horse in blockchain, it's sort of a tie, depending on the metrics that you look at, between Solana and Sui. Solana is really kicking the crap out of Sui in terms of daily active users, which is the very most important metric in crypto. So Solana number one, tight number two is going to be Sui. And then after that, I mean, Polygon seems to be coming back to life. Avalanche seems to be coming back to life. You know, so there's options out there. There's definitely options out there. And a lot of it is going to come down to, you know, looking at historic levels and looking into the types of adoption, or the kind of adoption these chains are having now. Because just because it was very successful in the previous bull run doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be entirely successful this time.
Yep.
We may see some upward movement in the price, but many of these older projects are still 60, 70, 80% from their all-time high, which is not a good sign, because keep in mind, you guys, we have made 5 all-time highs this year. 5. And still they are 70 to 80% below theirs. That's not a good sign.
Speaking of which, like, what's Algorand at? I know that was a fun name, you know. When
It was a great name back in the day. Well, it used to run right alongside XRP.
XRP,
look
yeah.
at that. It's running right alongside.
Yeah, exactly. From 11 cents to 21.
Yeah, those were perfect. Those are perfect sympathy plays.
Yep.
XLM
Wow.
too.
XLM.
What is that? Not Starlink. Stellar.
Stellar.
Yeah, Stellar.
Yep.
And man, I had so much faith in Stellar in the last bull run.
Yeah.
And I'm not exactly sure what happened with that project, but they just basically went, I mean, dead silent. Dead
Right.
silent.
Yeah.
Yep. Crazy. Who? King? What happened? Thanks, Biden.
Yeah, what'd he do now? Fall down more stairs?
You know, when we were watching the I don't know where Trump said this. He said something about like somebody falling upstairs. That had to be one of the funniest comments of all time. You know, like just falling up as Trump was walking into the plane. You know. Anyways.
Oh, I liked right after that. Or right after that happened with Biden, he was climbing the stairs to a plane. Wasn't Air Force One, but he was climbing the stairs to his plane, and he got to the top and like raised his hands like Rocky. I'm like, dude, this is the single greatest, you know, mid-70s troll of all time. Like,
Yeah.
who else at his age is out there trolling the youngins? You know.
Yep. Carry on. Yeah. The only difference is, you know, you just have to understand what you're actually getting into, right? You know, a lot of different projects, what they're doing utility wise and stuff like that. So that might be the biggest difference.
Volatility on the average can be a little bit higher.
Yeah.
And especially if you're dealing with altcoins.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Bitcoin really does move like SPY. Like it really is not all that different. I mean, when we get those huge spikes, those like 8%, 10% spikes, if SPY spiked 10% or fell 10%, we would literally have a market circuit breaker.
Yep.
So that's a little bit different. But in terms of altcoins, when Bitcoin moves, altcoins they typically move twice as much
Yeah.
percentage-wise. So if Bitcoin moves 3%, you'll see most altcoins will move, 5, 6, 8%. But then you have those altcoins that take those moves as some sort of a, I don't know, an indicator to go scream and go naked, right? And they'll run 20 or 30%, like Dogecoin did on this last leg up.
Yep. Here we go. Algorand. Let's 5 more minutes, Josh, Rob. Oh, Josh went to get some coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. 5 more minutes. Able to find an exchange for crypto. So my favorite exchange back in the day was Binance, but then they got slapped out of Canada. I carry on. Crypto.com is very expensive, very very expensive when it comes to like fees and stuff. So Coinbase, KuCoin, the few more, but you those should be good for you. Already. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's go BTC. Who did? Oh, Josh did into the Amazon jungle? Probably.
That's
Maybe not.
what EMA is that? That's your 50?
He's talking about Biden, actually.
Oh.
There is a hilarious video, and I mean
Oh.
it's sort of bittersweet, but there's a hilarious video because he makes the announcement and then literally turns around and walks off into the jungle.
Yeah, he did, man. That's
It's real, Blaze. You got to look it up.
Okay.
It'll have you rolling on the floor, dude.
Biden's a funny dude. Funny dude.
that's your 50 EMA?
Yeah, that's the 50. Yeah.
It's respecting the 50 since it's been dropping.
Yeah. Yeah.
Compression is good, guys.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. And this isn't just consolidation, it's compression. You see how we're getting the lower highs and higher lows all at the same time. It creates that pennant.
Yep.
This is the spring compressing. So, and when we get to the end where there is no room to move, the spring will bounce one way or another. And in this case, just due to the amount of demand on the buy side that you can see already indicated on the chart, it's going to be very, very hard for that spring to go down.
Mm-hmm. 1 minute. Yeah, it just looks like we're. Huh?
I always blame Canada.
Oh yeah, exactly.
It's not Canadians' fault though. It's Trudeau's fault.
Yeah. Canada.
Is Bolivia going to save you guys? Or
Who is?
Poliver? I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I like him.
Name? Yeah, it's like a French name. I don't know.
I love his candor.
Yeah.
He's so just matter of fact. There's a wonderful interview that he did with a reporter where he's eating an apple.
Mm-hmm.
And the content of the conversation is I'm not going to get into here, but the interview is absolutely fantastic. And as a Canadian, Blaze, you definitely have to watch it. Olivier, right?
Bolivia, yeah, it sounds familiar. You know what's interesting?
Well, he's running for prime minister against Justin Trudeau.
Yes, everybody votes. You know what's interesting, Josh? You sound like him, actually. you know?
You?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Well, dude, I will totally be. Wait, Trudeau? I sound like Trudeau.
No. Like the other guy, the French last name guy. Yeah.
Polyev. That's what it is. Polyev.
Polyev?
Yeah, I absolutely. I love that guy.
Okay.
I haven't heard of him.
He and I are two very similar people. Like, I don't pull any punches either. Like,
yep.
Oh, it's our pleasure, Carrie. Listen, we're here for exactly that. ask questions and all that stuff. I miss a lot of stuff in Discord unless you guys tag me. So
Yep.
Helium? Oh, Mike, listen, dude, buy Helium. Not financial advice. No, I really like that project. The idea of decentralized blockchain cellular technology is spectacular to me. True, genuine end-to-end user encryption. That's every prepper's dream. Okay, every prepper's dream, and I'm dreaming about it right now. Okay. So like all of DPIN, in my opinion, all of that decentralized permanent infrastructure, all of that stuff is on my map. Absolutely. Another one to look into is Honey. Honey is the ticker, the company's Hive mapper. But I like the Solana chain in general. Any of the DPIN plays on Solana, I'm a fan of so far. Helium being the biggest one. Just because, again, a genuinely encrypted cellular network is going to be crucial going into the future. And Elon has made it very, very clear he has no intention of utilizing Starlink to create any sort of communication device. He's not going to make a cell phone. As much as we have begged him to do it, he said it's just too much of a nightmare and he doesn't want to be involved. And yet again, it'll be another regulatory agency up his ass.
Yep.
So yeah, Helium's the only they're the only name in the game, man.
Yep.
And first movers advantage. We've talked about this before. The first movers typically become the fastest horses. And as long as they can maintain that pace, they win the race. And Helium being the only real name in the game, their fastest mover first mover's advantage, and they're the fastest horse. There's no reason, in my opinion, there's no reason not to be at the very least keeping them on a constant watch list.
Trump is picking some very interesting people. So U.S. President-elect Donald Trump has named former wrestling Linda however you pronounce her name.
Linda McMahon?
Yeah.
Please.
As the Department of Education, head of Department of Education.
She is one of the masterminds behind his political behind his what is it oh my lord, his what is it, his oh lord, what I'm trying to think, like his part of his campaign, she was behind it, and she's she's very smart, she's very, it's just that people don't know about it, people don't know about that. Yeah.
Okay. Very nice.
These are administrators, people that are good at what they're at stuff like that, management, administrating.
Oh,
that's what we need in politics. We don't need freaking politicians. We need administrators and stuff.
I don't know, Mike.
Yep.
Oh, well, there you go. James has you, buddy. Mike, James got you. Yeah, sorry, I didn't have the answer to that question.
You've been entered, Mike.
I don't do any sort of crypto mining, so all of those questions just kind of.
They added 5G mobile token. You need to add a 5G radio to mine it. The all miners only do wow. Of 5G.
Crazy. 5 more minutes, Josh.
Whatever you need, boss.
Okay. Slow evening, which is okay.
Dude, look at Lorenda, man.
Yeah, Lorenda is
Lorenda's
been shining this crypto run.
She's currently like posting in crypto channel and stuff. Not her portfolio. I'm talking about like making. Oh, look at this. She's got good swings.
Yep.
In fact, I really like all three of those. I don't know about GRT. It's been a big time slacker. I do like Near, though it seems to like selling off more than it likes running up. And Render may or may not be a good choice. We'll see how that continues to build up with the gaming community. So
Well, I was
that's where
thinking
we're at
about.
with those. But those are definitely something to keep on watch lists without a doubt. They have a tendency to move violently.
So I've been watching Brett drop a bit, and Pepe is dropping a bit too. And I wanted to try to probably get into get a good swing, but it
The only
hasn't dropped
problem,
a lot. It's just there. It's just consolidating there. I mean,
yeah,
but
the
it
only
dropped below
problem,
two. It dropped below 4 zeros and a 2. So I kind of wanted to get in maybe there to swing it, see if it pops off again to you know pops from there, because I don't think it's gonna drop more unless Bitcoin tanks. But
yeah.
you're saying that which one you said you like GRT? No, which one was the other one you mentioned?
No, I like the graph. I like the graph. It's
Yeah,
a good project. It's just been it's been a wicked underperformer so far
mm,
in this
yeah,
market.
pretty
I
slow.
mean,
Yeah.
render is entirely going to depend on gaming, and the gaming narrative hasn't really kicked off yet. But render has managed to move in pretty violent ways, so that could be a really really good one. And oh crap, what was the other one? Now I got to go back. Oh, Near. Yeah, and Near, I'm just not sure about Near. The problem with Near is not a whole lot of people are using that platform at all. So if there's not development going on your platform, you're kind of, I mean, you're going to die. That's what's going to happen. You're going to die as a project. There are better places to be than Near for sure. The problem is you have to rely on community, Bunny, to move them. And when meme coins start to get over that $1 billion valuation, you have to look to just kind of flip them. Because you don't know what's going to happen from one day to the next. And everybody expects every meme coin to do what Shiba Inu did, and that's not realistic at all. And the only problem I have with Brett is the fact that it's peaked over that $1 billion valuation.
Okay.
So it's great for the flip, dude. It's definitely great for the flip, but I don't know that we're going to see the 8-10x out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna put some more than in the paper that I have there to see if it pops off.
Yeah. I like to play the memes a lot. Like I said, it's YOLOs for me. Throw $100 at it, throw $250 or $500 at it, and just let it ride. We'll see where it's at sometime in August or September or October next year. If it happens to pop like the World Goat Coin did for me yesterday, I sold out for all of my money plus 100% profit,
Cool.
and now I'm just going to let the coins ride.
Yep. Exactly.
Really good point on Brett, actually.
Yeah, James is in our Discord. I don't know if he has the same name.
James.
Bye, baby. Oh.
James. Ooh, Sui.
Look at that. Dude, I will tell you, like, the success story of the season so far, you guys, has been this goat coin.
Yeah. The goat.
Peanut was awesome, but this goat coin, dude, has blown expectations.
Yep. The goat coin. Yep. Goat coin.
It's not roulette, Carrie. It really isn't. If you, genuinely, if you spend some time in the Discord channel, you'll start to see,
Yep.
But there are lots of different assets, reliable assets in cryptocurrency that you can get into that don't swing any differently than stocks do, unless all of a sudden Bitcoin starts to move in some crazy way. But everything is predictable in the crypto market. If Bitcoin moves one way, everything moves with it. So it's very easy to react.
Yep.
Yeah. See, and here we go. We go over to the heat map again, right?
Let's see all these liquidation idiots.
New position has formed
At the top.
at 91, 918, 20, 103 million in leveraged liquidation on the short side.
Crazy people.
Yep. So, and we're also the leveraged long positions at 91,000 have doubled.
Yep.
Ah, sweet.
They're gonna be woken up at midnight to close their positions. Midnight. I bet you.
Overcorrection can be wild, man.
Yep. I bet you this is what Josh does, Rob. He stays up all night just watching this, and then he smiles every time someone gets liquidated.
I go to sleep very, very comfortably, for a couple of hours, and then I got to get up and check it out. Cat naps are healthy.
Yep, they are. They really are.
And if you can reach REM sleep really, really fast, you only need a couple hours, man. You'll be fine. Ask a soldier. Soldiers know this.
Nap time. Cat naps. I like naps.
You do.
Very helpful. Very, very helpful.
Yep. Naps are amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, you don't. It definitely is not a roulette wheel. If you're playing memes, it is.
Yep.
Like that, without a doubt, it is. Unless you're in like the super high cap memes like Bonk and Pepe and all that stuff, they move pretty regularly.
Yeah.
But unless you're in some of those obscure projects, you don't have to worry like that.
Yeah.
Look into bigger, more stable projects if you're looking for just, opportunity gains over the next 12 to 18 months. Genuinely. It's much more simple than maybe you're giving it credit for.
Is this the lawyer you mentioned earlier, Rob? Teresa Goody Gullin? That's the so Trump is considering the crypto lawyer Teresa Goody to replace Gary Gensler.
Wasn't it another? I thought it was a guy. Oh no, I think you're right. Yeah, it was a person that. Yeah, they mentioned that today actually. Right? They put it today out.
Wait. Brian Armstrong's lead counsel?
I have no idea. It just says the crypto lawyer, Teresa Goody.
No, I think.
Yeah. There she is. Where's her picture? This is her. This is she, the crypto lawyer. Interesting.
Wait. Yeah. Professionals have the Trump's ear in the selection process following a campaign and industry spent $130 million. Former president. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong reportedly met privately with Trump to discuss personnel appointments. I guarantee you, I swear this is the lady that led Brian Armstrong's counsel in Coinbase against the SEC.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think that's her.
She's going to fire all of those people if she gets
How freaking cool would that be?
That would be like total payback.
My goodness, some of these nominations are fire. Fire.
Dude, Dan Gallagher would be an excellent choice, I think. Maybe. No, maybe
Yeah.
not. Maybe not. I still don't know if he's involved with the World Economic Forum. Not
Yeah.
sure. I still have questions about Robinhood leadership.
Yeah.
Check this out, Blaze. I'm gonna send it to you.
Yeah.
Oh, this could be
I like it.
fire, dude.
Yeah. Crazy. Pro business. My goodness, the States is entering like the golden age for you guys.
I really
Yeah.
hope so. I'm praying for that.
The
Honestly,
Likewise,
golden
brother.
age.
Likewise.
Yeah.
I'm really praying for that.
A lot of business people, like politicians getting kicked out and business people coming in.
Yeah.
Reaching the end of
What you need,
tribulation.
you need administrators. You need people that know how to, manage and not these.
Not people that can only talk,
If you go in making 100K and you come out $34 million richer. I think the average salary is like 100 and something, in the Senate or something like that, and then they end up making millions coming out of it.
Yeah.
That describes us, Blaze. That's us as Americans. Look at Josh. This is us, Americans.
Yep. I knew that was coming. Yes. Yes, exactly.
That's funny.
That's exactly correct.
I knew you were gonna like that, Josh.
I love that, actually.
Uh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of the favorites.
very, very. Michael Saylor, Microsoft. Grayscale.
There's a ton of crypto news.
Yep, there really is.
This is the time.
I mean, before it gets to the television, man, you got to get in.
Yep. Well,
That's why we gotta see some miners out there. Agree. We gotta get some miners out there to pump. Oh Lord.
yep. Renewed sense of optimism, according to BlackRock on crypto.
$33.5 billion in inflows so far this year in crypto products.
Yep.
Just since January, you guys. That's incredible.
Yep.
The total of these cryptocurrency investment products is now at $138 billion.
Wow. Big monies. Every so often, carry on. We're usually in the crypto channel though. So if you have any questions, go to the crypto channel in Discord. Crypto General is what it's called. And then again, obviously, like, when as crypto runs, we do more of these streams. So, yep.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten to the exciting stuff yet.
Crazy.
Yeah, every time I hear that pumps me up so much.
Dude, wait till all
Like
season.
when you see the comparisons, those charts where the last bull runs, and then you see where we're at. We're right at the almost right at the curve before it starts taking off, and you're like, oh my Lord, this is
Before the banana zone.
yeah. So exactly, yeah. So we'll see.
And if you start to zoom out, like go to the monthly chart for Bitcoin, please.
Yep. The monthly.
Here's why everyone should be impressed.
Consolidated there. Boom.
Like, I mean, it's beautiful. Since we broke out, we have not dropped below the 9.
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
And everybody's like, why do you have so much confidence in Bitcoin? It goes up and falls down it's all the time, you know?
So volatile.
It's so volatile. Yeah. Okay.
That's exactly what they want you to say.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And dude, I mean, if you just look at it over time, you know, the performance is absolutely undeniable. And yeah, some of those sell-offs were incredibly sharp, you know.
You guys, a time machine back to right here,
Oh, brother.
below
Hot
$100.
rates building if I had
Yep.
a time machine. It'd be like,
Yep.
hi, Blaze. My name is Josh, and I am a multi-billionaire,
Yep.
and I'm here to turn hot trades into something else.
Yep. Yep.
We could have a hot trades boiler room to trade futures.
Yep. My goodness.
Have a
Look at that
crypto
initial
trading
run.
room. It's just beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And you guys, this bull run won't be any different by that regard. Like the moment that sovereign states start genuinely competing for Bitcoin, you're going to see the expansion of these candles in a way that you couldn't have possibly imagined.
States, why? Yeah.
Yep. Oh, you could buy his what, King? Yep.
And all we have to do to maintain Bitcoin supremacy is to completely outlaw any sort of World Bank digital currency. We cannot allow the banking system to digitize global finance. We cannot allow them to do that, and not in any centralized way. Period. That has to be the rule. Because once that occurs, you lose your ability to even trade crypto because they can turn you off.
Yeah. So that's what Trump said, that he wasn't going to allow that, and I think he said he was going to do measures. Yeah, exactly. That one thing is not doing it, and another thing is actually outlawing it, which is great, you know.
Yep.
Yes.
So he totally put a stop on the globalists there and the Fed and all that.
Bingo.
I'm just interested what he's going to do with the Fed. Boy, that's going to be. Oof.
Yep. 2 months left.
I think we send Rand Paul in to do an audit, and then we hold accountable those who mishandled the funds.
Yep.
Because that's what we need here. Like if politicians and bureaucrats were actually held responsible for the negligent decisions that they make, just like any other human would be, there would be a hell of a lot less mismanagement of taxpayer funds in government and bureaucracy.
The easy thing to do there is, tighten up the Treasury and then just take out the Fed and have the Treasury, be in charge, and that's it. Why the Fed? Yeah. Why private bankers?
Treasury. Yeah.
Why private bankers? You know what I mean? That's what people don't get. Those are private bankers. Yeah, that's like the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. It's like, yeah, I'll give you permission to print. I'll give you the permission to print the money. You know what I mean? But then you're in control, and I got to pay you interest on it. That's like,
a genuine overnight adoption of DeFi would completely eliminate the banking system and prove to people how absolutely worthless those people genuinely were.
And inflation too. It'll just boom. Inflation will just drop.
Well, I don't know. I don't know about that, because you're still going to have you're still going to have a lack of price controls. Not that I'm encouraging price controls. I think that's communist shit. But as long as we are not reflecting the decreasing cost of producing goods in the cost on the shelf, then we're selling everybody short. And corporations have done an exceptional job of that over time. And they continue to just whittle away and whittle away and whittle away by slowly but surely increasing the prices at the shelf. All the meanwhile, their cost of production has been minimized to almost zero, because the vast majority of manufacturing is done by robots. And maintaining robots is a hell of a lot cheaper than maintaining a workforce. So, when people talk about, from a socialist standpoint, I definitely agree with the one aspect that, the increased innovation or efficiency through innovation has not reflected well to the average consumer. And I do think that that's wildly problematic. And one of the reasons that inflation is even a thing at all. We leave it to the manufacturers to set the prices, not understanding that much of this technology has made things exceptionally inexpensive. And the vast majority of increased cost comes through the increase in energy consumption and the cost of energy production. Like everything goes hand in hand, but there would be really simple ways for us to eliminate, the plagues on the average consumer.
Mhm.
So let me. I don't want to get too into this, but let me answer that. Let me let you to King Hawk. Let me say what I'm thinking about what you're saying and what I've heard a lot of people say, and that's the easiest thing for people to say about that, right? But I want us to think in common sense, right? You're talking about a person that the whole the all. I mean, first of all, I was just talking about that. Every politician is more than getting their beaks wet. They're getting soaked. All they do is how is it that they're in there making average $100,000 and then they leave they leave being worth millions and millions of dollars. Okay, so with that being said, if that bothers you, then I don't get it because it's happening right now with everyone. Okay, so what I want to do is just be a little more common sense. Like we're talking about a person that's a billionaire already, where the whole establishment has gone against the media, everybody. I mean, if the guy was like, if it was like that, everybody is in a way corrupted, right? He's coming in already a billionaire. He doesn't need to get his to get his beak wet. You know what I mean? He already has everything he needs. He doesn't even have to be there. So if to me that narrative that he's there just to get richer or something like that makes no sense at all. Especially going through all the stuff that he went through. Almost, why is it? Think about just why is it they're trying so hard not to get him, in there? It's not because he's supposed racist and all this other stuff like that. It's just because he's gonna destabilize everything all the corruption that they've built, for years. That's the way I see it, and it makes the most sense, right? Because why would they, if he was part of them and he was gonna be in, they would let him in and let him do whatever he wants to do and make everybody rich. I mean, that's the way I see it. You know what I mean? I don't want to get it too, political, but I just think that sometimes that's like people say that all the time, and I'm like, why? Like it doesn't make any sense. Well, is that not happening now? So, but you turn a blind eye to the people that are doing that now, and then because it's him, I don't know.
The easiest way I think to explain it is the enemy of my enemy is my friend, and I think that it's pretty simple for people to understand that. The global power structure is the enemy of we the people, okay? The free people of Earth. I'm not talking about Republicans or Democrats. I'm talking about every single human being. They are our enemy, period. And their only goal and their only drive in this world is power and control. So when it comes down to it, their greatest enemies are probably your best friends. And you can simply judge people by their actions, and I think that it's more than obvious that after having his entire family investigated, rolled over the coals, stripped of unbelievable amounts of wealth, unbelievable amounts of time, there's going to be some old school Queens, New Yorker that you see come out of this man. And I think that many of his appointments are not just an indicator, but literally a roadmap to his intentions. And people should not be fooled by the potency of putting Matt Gaetz in a position like Attorney General of the United States.
I think that's actually the issue there. Like Josh, that people don't look at it at that level. They don't go that high. They're just seeing it like what the media is saying, like so they're not seeing that part of it, which is what a lot of people are seeing now. And it's like, it's just that, they're just seeing it that way. You know what I mean? They're not looking at it. And that's the sad part, they're not really seeing the reality of it all, But anyways, but the good thing is that when the truth comes out and somehow God makes it in a way where people are really going to realize the truth, then they're going to know. You know what I mean? And I mean, we already had an administration that was there. We didn't want them there. They're there now. They were there. They had time to do work. You know, we weren't going crazy. We weren't like screaming like these people do on YouTube and all that, screaming their heads off because Biden won or whatever. Hey, let him see. Well, maybe he does something good. Who knows? I mean, this was the worst 4 years I've ever seen in my life. So, in the United States. So, yeah, I guess I am, Mike. But anyways, I don't want to keep talking. They're gonna ban us on YouTube.
No, and it doesn't. Well, here's the important thing. You know, all of these things that occur over the course of the next 12 months really are going to be integral in our success in the markets. You know, and the markets are going to weigh and hinge on all of the activities that occur certainly over the next what is it, 3 months, the next 3 months. You know, going into January 20th. And it is going to have an effect. And I think that people need to be very, very aware of the geopolitical situations that we're facing, and watch very closely beyond just mainstream media, because it will affect your accounts, you guys. You know, it saddens me when people talk about it, you know, not being political, right? Because quite frankly, this is the one thing that really binds us all together, right? I mean, everything that these people do affects our lives and affects these markets, which is where we generate our incomes from. So if you're unattached to politics, you are unattached to your investments also, because there's no way that you're going to be as effective as you potentially could be if you don't have all of the information to go on. So, and you have to look beyond the encapsulated sources that are owned by 6 companies. Okay. All are owned by 6 companies, right? That do not have your best interests at heart. And if you want any proof of that, I think really all you have to do is just take a deep breath, maybe step away from your computer and look at the real world for a minute, you know? So, you know, this is where we're at. And I think going forward, people are going to have to be a lot more civically engaged with what's going on in their own countries, what's going on in their own communities. Because as we start to make this turn, this shift towards what I believe is a coming golden age, you know, if we are more engaged, we are going to be more capable. And if we are more capable, we are going to be more successful. And certainly in a community like Hot Trades, you know, the rising tide certainly lifts all boats. And we're going to want to be able to live up to our capacity, you know, not just what we think, but well beyond what we think we can do. And we have to be entirely engaged and entirely informed before we can reach that capacity. So, you know, if you guys hear us talking about politics and it upsets you, you may want to take a look in the mirror and really start to examine what are your genuine priorities and where is your responsibility in this world? What type of legacy do you want to leave behind? And whether or not these people will have an effect on it. I guarantee you, not a single one of you is going to be able to take that look in the mirror and say, nope, politics has no bearing on my life. And the next time you go to the grocery store, it'll hit you.
Can we make sure my avocado's back to $1, please?
I'm going to take your avocados to 50 cents, brother. Drill, baby, drill. All we need is fuel, Blaze. All we need is fuel. If we had the fuel, it wouldn't be so damn expensive, period. That's all this comes down to. It's all about fuel.
Yeah.
I do. It's called Hot Trades, James.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yep.
This is my family, brother. I go nowhere else.
Let's go.
Like, I mean, I do watch other YouTube channels. You know, I love Tim Pool. He's one of my favorites. Watching that kid grow over the last several years has been phenomenal. It puts warmth in my heart to know that I helped to contribute to build that family over there, you know, and I'm really happy with what Charlie Kirk has done with the Young Americans Foundation. I think that guy is a true American hero.
Yes.
You know, I love Invest Answers. You know, I love Ivan on Tech. I love CTO Larson. You know, there's lots of stuff, lots and lots of stuff that I love out there. And there's no reason for me to go out and make a channel of my own if I have all these wonderful people all basically echoing the same things that I feel about the markets or investing or politics or family.
Yep.
I come here to hang out with you guys and diatribe with you guys and babble with you guys because, you know, I don't know. You're a lot more fun. I love the roasting, the energy.
Yep.
And I've been here too long to go anywhere else anyway.
Exactly. Exactly. James? Just kidding.
Yep, Mike, you're right. You can never defeat a unified people. And imagine if we all, I mean, if we all free people, if we all stood together, we're invincible.
Well, I think that the U.S. spoke now, so we'll see.
Yep.
Now it truly showed that we're not divided as they wanted to say we were. And I used to
100%, Rob. That's what it comes down to right there.
I used to always say that. I was like, the United States is more conservative and more united than people think. You know what I mean? And it was proven now. So now let's just see what happens. That's all I say. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
If
and it's going to be great.
If you have more money in the bank and everything is working better for you, then hey, you know, great. You know, then you should, you know, reconsider.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need.
But definitely, politics runs everything. You know, it does. You know, they're managing the policies that affect, you know, finance, you know, education, everything. You know what I mean? So definitely, we need to be involved and see it. You go to Bloomberg, and if Trump says something, they're talking about it. If somebody says something, if something happens, they're talking because it's going to affect somewhere in the future.
Same thing.
Yeah, in the futures market, I see they make a certain law that is going to affect oil, and the oil is going to drop. Then I'm going to short oil. If I see there's war in the Middle East and it's going to be, then I'm going to get into oil because it's going to take off. You see, so it's all part of the, you know, the financial game. And we're going to talk a bit about it, you know, in Hot Trades, but it's not what we talk about. But, you know, it makes sense to talk about it sometimes so you understand how to position yourself too. We also talk about that, right? When there's with the policies he's talking about, what are the companies that are going to benefit from these policies? Right. And we're going to try to get into those companies, right? So, you know, like now when he says, what is it? When he says, what is it? Dig baby dig, or what does he say?
Drill baby drill.
Drill baby drill. You know what I mean? Well, then now we got to look for the companies that are gonna, you know, benefit from that and get in them and stuff. You know, so it's important. It's really important.
Right on, Mike. Yeah, it popped up for me too, man. You know, that's what I'm normally doing at this hour. I'm staring at charts and listening to Tim and the guys. Low roller, I beg to differ, but it would take me about an hour to explain to you
don't even
properly.
Yeah, but that's gonna be the secret weapon. I'm saying it right now. Just remember that. Keep that in the back of your mind. And when we get back on these in the future, and we'll say, then we can talk about it. But
I'll just put it like this.
That's going to be the secret weapon, because you don't need to take the money from the people. Just look at it like that.
Rob, here's the deal. Here's the deal. The American consumer is the most powerful economic force on this earth. Okay. And there is a way that you can utilize tariffs in tandem with the power of that statement where it actually benefits everybody. And I know this because I grew up in the 80s and 90s. And I don't know if you're aware of this, but tariffs were being flung all over the place. And they didn't really affect anything other than the amount of tax revenue that, you know, other countries were making on our imported goods. And I mean, the cost of goods is not based on the tariff that the president is going to set on trade with other company or other countries. And the benefits of the tariffs that he put down initially should be pretty damn obvious.
countries entire right. I'm just gonna say this, and we're done. At least I'm gonna be done. Countries right now, their most 80-90% of their GDP is because of the tariffs they put on us.
Correct.
So they're making other money because of the all the huge tax, the huge tax we have to pay to these other countries, right? While we're they're selling here for free almost, and then we have to pay so much over there. So just think about it like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. From an economic standpoint, I mean, when I watch, when I actually have to, when I have to endure, I think that's the best way to put it. When I have to endure listening to these economist tools talking on mainstream media, I always find myself scratching my head, because not only are they completely off base, I feel like they are so off base that they are one of two things: either absolute liars, bold-faced liars, or they're stupid.
Yeah,
And I'm sorry, man, these people aren't stupid.
I'm
That
stupid.
just tells me that they are part of the problem. They
That's
genuinely
by
are
design. It's
flat
by
out
design.
lying. Yeah, they're flat out lying. Like, dude, we had some of the lowest inflation in history under Donald Trump. Meanwhile, we had the largest tariffs that had ever been levied against China. So if that assessment is that they will destroy the economy, explain why it didn't happen the first time over 3.5 years of trade. You can't. And neither can any of these other economists. So they're just filling your head with a bunch of bullshit. And right now, I don't even want to have a conversation about Mexico. With the lack of assistance that Mexico has given us with our southern border, as far as I'm concerned, those people can pound sand, put a 500% tariff on them until they pay us back for all the damage they've done. And that's just as an American speaking, period.
I'm hungry,
Iro,
guys.
that was a very different time, my friend. Very different time.
It's dinner time. I'm hungry. It's time to go.
Oh, well, go get dinner, man. Why didn't you eat before you came on stream,
All
Blaze?
right, because it was 5 o'clock.
Why don't you just eat now? That's what Rob and I typically do.
I don't like eating on stream.
Oh, so now I can't eat on stream.
No, because I eat really slow.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, I eat so slow, so I usually don't bring food on stream unless like it's a snack. James, I know, right?
Stream food, like
Yeah.
popcorn. Popcorn's good.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This little factoid. Tariff revenues. Sorry, Blaze. Tariffs were the greatest, approaching 95% at times. The source is the federal. It was the source of the federal revenue until federal income tax came. So, in other words, money coming from tariffs was basically what was happening instead of federal income tax, which is what I think is what wants to happen now. Is what they want to do now. They want to get more money off from outside than getting it from the people. We the people. Bam! What?
And this was in the design of our founders, actually, that the revenue of the United States government would be generated through trade tariff with other foreign nations, not levied against the people of the United States of America. This was the original intention. And besides that, the current tax amendment wasn't even ratified by 38 states. So technically isn't even constitutionally enforceable. I mean, try to fight it. I dare you. If you got a couple of 100 million laying around, you can fight that battle, I suppose.
We're boring boss man. So let's talk about something else. Peter, what's up, bro?
Oh, I don't want to bore boss man. What you want to talk about, boss man? You want to talk about some cryptos? Right now, we're just kind of watching crypto consolidate.
No, no, I'm gonna go get some food. Peter is here. So it's time to run.
No, not you, Blaze. There's an actual boss man.
Oh, boss man. Oh.
Peter, hi, bye.
Hi, Peter. I'm glad you dropped in to say goodbye.
Peter, where have you been all night? All night long. This is what happens when
We're almost there, Chairman. We're almost there.
It's crypto time.
I agree with you, Low Roller. 100%, man.
Bossman, please accept it.
I can't, it doesn't even register to me how taxing luck is fair. Like, dude, it is so rare that people get lucky and actually win, and then you're just like going and cut like half their legs off. That's so backwards to me. Imagine the degree of prosperity if we weren't taxed to oblivion. This is what pisses me off about tax code, Any taxation beyond tariff to foreign nation is theft, in my opinion, with the exception of sales tax. Sales tax is basically your internal tariffs to maintain state governments and all that good stuff. Oh, that's not good, Peter. Oh, well, it ended well, at least.
Pizza, what did you expect? You expected to leave the casino in monies? As soon as we leave, James, Bitcoin is gonna cook. As soon as we leave.
Did you play any Buffalo?
Sure.
You don't want to know what the worst that can happen is, Peter. Although it does take a lot of time for you to get to that point. Like they're pretty patient.
With interest.
No way, dude. That sucks.
Pizza, that's what they make you think.
I bet your heart was pounding.
Pizza has no idea. Next time, Pizza, I'll take your monies.
See, this is why you place your assets in trust. You don't have to worry about those taxes and stuff, Jericho. Like, and you don't need oodles of money to put things in a trust. That's not the way that a trust works. You do need quite a bit to start the trust because it'll cost you 25 to 50 grand, to really get the trust up and running. But once that occurs, then you've basically got tax shelter for all of your assets. Nobody owns anything. The trust owns it. Well, I want people to be informed, Mike. It's important to look at these at these markets from many different angles and not just from, the day-to-day, trading. If you're trying to invest in the market for the long term, you've got to be infused with information. And this is why we have the education channel. Don't forget to go to the education channel. Don't forget to go to the testimonial channel if Hot Trades helps you to make some monies.
That's good to hear, Mike. I'm glad. Usually it's not we try to keep it, even if you think differently, it's fine, it's no big deal. We just talk about it and keep moving on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love having conversation with people that don't agree with me. I don't like arguing with people, but I love to have good conversation.
They're sending me back soon, so I gotta hurry up and do what I gotta do. They're sending me back soon, Peter.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna deport his ass.
Many times I tell Peter I'm Puerto Rican.
Deported back to our own country.
Yeah.
Or territory. It's a territory. It's not our country.
Yeah.
It just means we can your ass.
So Rob, do you need a visa to travel from Puerto Rico to the other states, or you can just travel freely?
We're Americans.
Okay.
We're born Americans, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you just can't vote in federal elections, right?
No.
Is that what it is?
If you live in Puerto Rico full time, if you're a citizen of, just like if you're Puerto Rico full time, you can't vote for the president.
Dude, I called Trudeau about that, Peter. I even offered to pay a tariff on importing him here to the States, but Trudeau was like, nah.
Yep. Hmm. Yep. Alrighty, guys.
It
Josh.
is. Yes, it is low roller. It's well, not only crypto, just any capital gains tax for Puerto Ricans. They don't pay it, so that's why a lot of people are using it as a they just they're like 6 months and a day, and then they can do that, and then they can do their taxes in Puerto Rico, and they let's say they made $100,000 in capital gains, they don't have to pay 1 cent.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
crazy.
All right, Blaze, go, man. I can see the expression on your face. For
I'm
goodness sakes,
I'm
go
starving.
find a cookie, dude.
Ready to have a salad.
Yeah, man.
Have some banh mi.
Yeah. Ready to have a salad.
Peter.
Sunday.
So yeah, it's 10 o'clock already. So
Oh
what
wow.
did
10 o'clock for you. Yeah.
oh, sorry, yeah, it's 10 o'clock for me actually. It's for you, what, 8, right?
Yeah, 8. Then I think Josh is 8 too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. That's what happens when you have a good time zone, Rob. None of this rubbish.
Whatever.
Yep. I'm just gonna sit around and watch Bitcoin compress and figure out a nice place where I can re-enter some of these altcoin positions that I
Yeah.
sold for profits this afternoon during that little boost. And yeah, it's gonna be my night.
Yeah.
I believe so. If it falls under capital gain, yeah. I sold my house over there, and I didn't pay taxes on the gain either. I had
I'm
my house.
jealous, Peter.
Peter was enjoying.
It's good that you treated yourself, man. Good for
Yeah.
you. You deserve it. I know you've been kicking ass and taking names the last year.
Kitchen.
You guys get out of here. Go on. Come on. Go. Go,
Okay,
Blaze.
sounds good. Have a wonderful night, guys. Thank you very much.
God bless you,
Let's
Hot
go, guys.
Trades.
Let's
See you
go.
guys in the morning.
See you in the
Take
morning.
care.
Okay, bye, guys. Bye, Jericho.
All
Bye,
right.
guys.
Bye, everyone.